Hey guys, I'm here. Hey everybody. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Wow. So I think notifications might finally be working again because y'all showed up. Hello everybody. Hack 44. Wow. So I think notifications might finally be working
Wait,
again.
why is this talking?
'Cause
Hang on.
Y'all showed up. Hello everybody. Hack 44. Wow. So I think notifications might finally be
Why is my
working
computer
again.
trying? It's talking. Hang on.
Y'all showed
Okay. Sorry, I had my app open in another window and I was talking and that just freaked me out beyond belief. But hi guys. Hello. Hero, yes, we see you. Let me pause my phone. Okay. I'm still getting a hang of this. I'm still getting a hang of this whole control center behind the dashboard of the Millennium Falcon here. Yes, Hero 360. I see you. We see you in the chat. It is good to have you back after that craziness happened. Hi, Julie West in Texas. Hi, Epic Ward. Hi, Adam Carrier, Realist Chaff. How are you guys all doing? It's so good to see you. I saw a lot of you guys got here early. Let's see who was here first. Stillwind87 was here early. Riff Rocker Don, Star Wars, Elseworlds, Epic Ward. You guys are awesome. Oh, actually, I think there were people here even earlier than that. Don Draper was first, then Stillwind. You guys are the best. I've missed you. How are you guys all doing? It's been a while. It's been a minute since I've streamed here on the channel. I was going to stream last week, and I don't know. I get in my own head about it sometimes. I got nervous and I chickened out. But here I am, and that's what matters. I'm here now, so that's good. Hi, Will Gentry. Hi, Bill W. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Doug. Hi, Mateus. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my hairstyle. I figured out a way to have my hair down and also still have it out of my face. I put a little clip on it. So now I get to have my hair down and have it out of my face. So I get the best of both worlds because usually it's really annoying. Epic Ward says, may the 4th be with you. It's not the 4th yet, but that's Nova's birthday. I made Nova's birthday just happens to be on the 4th, you know, coincidence. Hi, Ben Jones. Hi, Yadair. Hey. Sanctuary of Geeks. Hello. Love from the UK. Have a question. How do you deal with unrequited love? I'm going to need more details on that one because that is that can be a tricky one. That can be a tricky one for certain. I was going to say for sure and for certain at the same time and almost said certain. Sure, for certain. Yes. Yes, Miss Money Penny, for certain. Hello, the Wanderer. Peter Colabucci. Hello, Peter Colabucci. Oh, Epic Ward, I get it. You were 4th in line. Oh, you were 4th to say hello. I get it. Okay, May the 4th. Hi, Stephen Yarnell. Good to see you. Bill W., how am I doing? I'm 5'10", 6'9" with my white boy fro. The Realist Chef, good question. How is, I don't even know if we're allowed to say this name on YouTube anymore, but it's going fairly well. I think I feel fairly well adjusted to the situation so far. I have my ups and downs, I think, like everybody else, but so far things are going well. I think I've been prepared for times like these my whole life as an introvert, so I'm doing okay. But yeah, I have my ups and downs. There are times where my mind kind of starts wandering and thinking about, oh, wow, this is a strange time we're in. But also I take, I don't know, some kind of comfort in knowing that we're all in this together. So that's good. Hello, Anomaly Incorporated. Hello. I don't know what your emoji is. It's showing up as a box on my screen for some reason. Hang on, let me see if I can see it in here. Oh, it's a little question mark. Okay, cool. Well, hello, Anomaly. Good to see you here. Everybody, if you're not familiar with Anomaly's channel, he does awesome, awesome stuff. I caught a live stream, I think, for the first time. Was that last week? It was really fun to watch. So welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Travis. Hi, DJ Fox. Oh, thanks, bud. Good to see you. Oh, and Elijah asked the same question, how I'm doing. Rhodesian Scout, can't get that by you. Yes, Nova is sleeping soundly behind me. Right before I started the stream, she made the cutest little sound in her sleep, and you guys missed it. I wish I had started a little bit earlier. Bill W., any Netflix recommendations? Well, of course, everybody, the whole nation and beyond seems to be obsessed with the Tiger King right now. That is a good recommendation. But I feel like that's probably, all over the place. I'd have to say it's not, well, technically you can watch some episodes. You can't see the new ones on Netflix yet, but Better Call Saul is phenomenal. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad yet, amazing. You got to watch Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul. I watched some great, let me see. I actually started making a list of recommendations. I only have a few movies on there so far. I saw this film called Thunder Road last weekend. It's a very small budget independent film. It was written, directed, and starred in by one guy. I mean, obviously he had a small cast around him too, but it was really, really, really an excellent film. One of the better films that I've seen. It's kind of a very dark comedy. It almost had elements of direction from like the Coen brothers style in it a little bit. Very well done. I don't want to give anything away about the premise, but it was excellent. The Lighthouse is amazing. And A Ghost Story. I'm not sure if any of those are on Netflix yet. I think A Ghost Story might be, but that's one of the better films I've seen like ever. Anomaly. Indeed. Breaking Bad is God tier. Yes, I love Breaking Bad. Anomaly, have you seen Better Call Saul yet? Because I love Better Call Saul. It is right up there, qualitatively with Breaking Bad. It's phenomenal. It's so well done. Demon Sky Synthwave, hey! I'm so glad you could make a live stream. It's good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing? Let me go back to my YouTube chat on my phone because sometimes for some reason I see messages there that I don't get on my actual YouTube Streamlabs thingy. Rhodesian Scout, depends how long isolation goes, but the longer it lasts, everything on Netflix is worth watching. Ooh, Will Gentry, you must see Breaking Bad. It is up there, and that's something that I think I could recommend to pretty much anyone. It is so well done. It is totally, I mean, once I got into episode 3, that's when I was hooked, and it holds up really, really well. It's excellent. DJ Fox, I'm glad you like Better Call Saul too. The previous episode, no spoilers, but oh my gosh. Just Vince Gilligan, who's the writer of the show, and I think he either directed that episode or the previous one, but he just knows how to construct visuals so beautifully, but he also is just like the master of building tension in a scene. And throughout the episode, of course, but also within a single scene, he's just a master of building tension. Oh my gosh, I don't want to give anything away, but just amazing. Christy, hi Christy. Oh my gosh, Christy, I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, According to Christy. I'm just going to call you Christy. But you guys, in case you don't know, this is According to Christy. She has a YouTube channel of her own where she streams and uploads some really cool content. So definitely check out her channel too. Tiger King is awesome balls. She went Keck 44. I'm assuming, did Keck 44 say something? Let's see if I can go back up and catch what he said. Thank you so much for your super chat, Christy. You are so awesome. Thank you. It's great seeing you here. I've missed you. How are you doing, Christy? I hope you're doing well with everything crazy going on. Phil, I've missed you too. Oh, Juby. Hi, Juby. Yes, I saw El Camino too. I didn't love it as much as I love Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, but I'll take it. Anything in that world with those characters, amazing. My favorite character is definitely Mike Ehrmantraut, I believe his last name is. Just such a cool freaking character. Such a cool character. And in some ways, he actually reminds me a little bit of my dad, just like that very quiet, stoic nature. But he also has that like badass quality that you wouldn't necessarily assume. But Mike is just such a cool, dynamic, fascinating character. And the actor, I always forget the name of the actor who portrays him, but just phenomenal actor. Will Gentry, Tiger King is dumb. See, if it weren't actually factual, I would probably agree with you.
will. I think it's an important story to tell in some context. I'm not sure if the execution of the actual series is my favorite, but I do think it's important just to kind of show, also due to what the animals went through. I think it's important to kind of educate, and I wouldn't hold it on the same level as something like the documentary Blackfish, for as far as what that did for kind of informing the masses on the truth behind how the animals were treated or mistreated in a place like SeaWorld. But I do think it's important for people to realize that just because you have a zoo or an animal park, especially if it's, I mean, there's a lot that we don't know that goes on behind the scenes. I wish they had almost had like a consultant in the field of psychology to kind of break down people's behavioral issues and their decision-making process. And I found it fascinating from that element of like a sociological, psychological aspect of kind of looking at these people and their mental processes and their decisions, and just, I found it fascinating from that aspect. But yeah, it's interesting what takes off culturally. Like that just became such a huge phenomenon and everybody was obsessed. I also think timing had something to do with it, with everything that's been going on lately. Oh my gosh, so many comments. Hang on, I'm gonna have a hard time catching up with these. All right. Jen M. Veers, I've done more streams. I think I did one 2 weeks ago, and then I was gonna do a stream last week on the channel, but I was telling people earlier, I chickened out a little bit. I got in my own head about it, and sometimes I just, I don't know. I get overwhelmed very easily, so I decided not to stream last week, but I'm glad that I'm here so I can catch up with you guys. Tony Movie, Chappie D9, Neil Blomkamp, #1 fan. Hello and welcome back to the channel. So for those of you who don't know, Tony Movie, Chappie D9, and Hero here, both for some reason, unbeknownst to me, were blocked on my channel. I have no idea why. I don't know if that was the algorithm. It certainly wasn't something that I did on my end of things, but they had written in the comments that that they couldn't see themselves on the channel, or that they weren't being responded to, so they felt as though they weren't present on the channel anymore. So if anything ever happens to you like that, let me know as soon as you can, because I had to go onto the back end of YouTube and make sure that they were allowed back on my channel. So I don't know what happened there. Who knows, but I'm glad to see you guys back. But yeah, YouTube has just been very strange lately. I don't know, I've been seeing some weird stuff, people being unsubscribed. By the way, I saw King of Ruckus was here. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Rhodesian Scout, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you, and I'm happy to have you in the stream as always. It's always great seeing you, and thank you so much for your super chat. Jen M. Veers, I'm not sure which stream you're talking about. Which stream is that, if you don't know? I think I've archived most of my streams, not all of them. Some of them I leave up, especially if they have other people in them, but yeah, I'm not sure. But all of my previous streams are in a playlist in my public playlist section on my channel, and I think they're called My Live Streams. So you can find all of my previous live streams in that playlist if you want to watch them. I just unlist them because they're, I don't know, I heard somewhere that they screw up the YouTube algorithm. Not that I know anything about that, but yeah, so. Christy, oh, you've had that on your channel too, with folks being blocked and hidden. That is so weird. I really, really wonder what is going on with that. It's very strange. And I also had several experiences with people saying that they were unsubscribed from my channel involuntarily, and then they'd resubscribe, and then they'd be unsubscribed again. So that's interesting. We'll have to see. Hi, Alex. So I won't be on long. Wanted to mention, I'm playing Lego Star Wars again. It's so fun. Have you ever played it? I have not played Lego Star Wars yet, Alex, but it does look really fun. I actually haven't even seen any of the Lego movies, but I know they do a good job. I've seen clips from them, and they seem really fun and funny and cute. I have to check those out. Yes, Yadira, my last stream was with Mary Mayhem. Hero 360. I've been really pissed / upset lately. Apparently dealing with family members is much harder than I thought. I really don't like talking to people when I don't like said people. Any advice? Ooh, yeah, that's a complicated one. Family can be really difficult to navigate, especially when you're confined in a single space with them. I personally haven't lived with my parents in several years, and I like to think that I have a really good, healthy relationship with both of them. But I do notice when I visit home, and especially because I'm on the other side of the country from them, so when I go home for long periods of time, after a certain amount of time, you start to kind of feel very similar feelings to how you felt as a child, whether that was feeling emotionally stifled or hypersensitive to things, or just hyper aware of the other party's, behavior, and certain triggers that we might have. I would say do what you can to carve out healthy boundaries for yourself. And now this is something that I've really noticed in the last several weeks since all of this craziness has happened. I've noticed, and even leading up until this time, before all of the craziness happened, I was starting to notice places in my life where I wasn't necessarily implementing healthy boundaries with others. And I think if there's one element of relationships that I could say are probably the most important, it's to know where you need your boundaries to be in order to feel confident in being able to regulate your emotions with that person. Now, unfortunately, sometimes we can't always regulate how we feel around others, but what we can do is we can try to build and construct and work on boundaries with others. So I would say if that means giving yourself a certain amount of time in your room to cool off, or looking into different types of philosophies or meditation or yoga or stoicism, for me, is something that I've been looking into more recently, and kind of acknowledging what it is that we have control over, and kind of realizing that we need to sometimes relinquish control over certain elements that just get under our skin, that we can't always really have that control over. It's like, see, my brain doesn't feel totally connected to this topic right now, because I've definitely been dealing with certain elements of this on my own. I don't really know how to give you the best advice in this situation, because it's been so long that I've been there, but I do know what you're talking about. But I would say look into what it would take for you to feel like you had strong boundaries and you were able to conduct yourself in a way where you felt confident that you weren't going to blow up. If that means getting better at your communication, or slowing down a little bit, or breaking up the time between your reaction and what happens, what the trigger might be. But that's definitely a really, really important thing to look into. Yeah, sorry if that's not a great answer. I feel like I'm not warmed up yet for that's a good question. It's a great question, Hero. But yeah, I don't feel like, I don't know, my brain doesn't feel like it's firing fully yet. So maybe I'll think about that and get back to you with it. Polly D, thank you so much for your super chat. Are you a fan of movies where love conquers all? Is the message theme explanation such as Interstellar, or do you believe that to be a cop-out? Ooh, that is a good question, Polly D. Thank you so much for your super chat, first of all. That is awesome of you. And I think it depends. It really depends on the film. I really like Nolan, but I wasn't a huge fan of Interstellar. I liked some of the themes, and I appreciate what Nolan was doing. But I'm wondering if there's another example you can give me where love conquers all. It depends. It depends on the execution. So, like, I've mentioned before that I'm not a huge fan of romantic comedies for that reason, that sometimes I feel like they can, I mean, romantic comedies inevitably, for the most part, tend to be a little bit more topical and based on tropes, character tropes, humor, very, very formulaic. You kind of know what to expect.
But there are some films that I really love. Like there's one film called The Unbearable Lightness of Being that is one of my favorite films of all time. And that's kind of in that vein of Love Conquers All, but it also has a lot of, it's very grounded in realism. So I feel like if you have something that is grounded in realism, like Interstellar is grounded in realism. It's sci-fi, but it's hard sci-fi. So it's something that's applicable and within our universe, within the realm of what our theories deem to be possible in some regards, not all. But yeah, people act like real people, and reality functions in the same way that reality would function for us. So yeah, I don't know, that's a tough question. I would really like to hear another example other than Interstellar. If you give me a few more examples, that would be awesome, because that's a really good question. And with another super chat from Polly D, thank you again. You should read a book by Darren Brown called Happy, which deals with Stoicism. Great read. And I will write that down because I love recommendations from you guys. Happy by Darren Brown, recommended by Polly D. Hang on, Polly D. Thank you. And I just started this book called A Guide to the Good Life, which, Hero, on to your question, I do think this would be a great read for you if you're into books. So this is called A Guide to the Good Life, The Ancient Art of Stoic Joy by William B. Irvine. And it takes a really modern, very palatable approach to Stoicism. Obviously, the original Stoics that we see in ancient Greece and ancient Rome, a lot of their works were basically just meditations and diary entries, journaling that they would do themselves to kind of practice the philosophy of Stoicism in a practical way in their everyday life. And a lot of them kind of just based their journaling and their meditations off of what the previous Stoics had done. And we have some people, including someone like Ryan Holiday recently, and this guy, William B. Irvine, and I'm assuming that Darren Brown takes a modern approach, especially if the book is more recent, to Stoicism, where we're able to kind of talk about it in a fashion that is applicable to modern life today. And it's, because obviously we're set against a very different set of obstacles than people might have been in ancient Rome or ancient Greece. But at the same time, there are still equalizers that happen within every generation that we need to deal with. And our thought processes can be very similar. We might have a whole different set of obstacles and challenges today than we did 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, but that doesn't mean that we aren't still using the same operating system. So yeah, it's very fascinating. I would love to look into that book. Thank you for the recommendation, Polly T. I appreciate that. Hello, Gary Schartz. Every time I see your name, I laugh. Okay, now I need to catch up with the chat. Nerve. Hi, Nerve. Dan, before we know it, Kells is going to be a philosophical wise monk living in Hollywood Hills and transcending reality using nothing more than her mind. Ooh, I don't know about that. Will Gentry, thank you for taking over for me, talking to Hero, because I know that you're giving a lot of good advice. I appreciate that. Hi, Sailor Cecil. Hi, Thomas Woodford. Always good to see you. Wow, Thunderduck. I pretty much feel like the Hulk, always angry and on the edge. I know it's not ideal, but I can't take it anymore. I hate people now more than ever. They used to annoy me. Now I am just disgusted. Ooh, that's heavy. That's heavy. It doesn't seem like you're looking for advice, so I'm not going to give you any unwarranted or unasked for advice, but I'm hoping things work out for you. I know people can be extraordinarily frustrating, and I definitely have a low threshold, especially when it comes to people that
that just, I don't know, might not be in the same, it feels like they're not even in the same headspace as us. So I can understand that. But I don't want to invalidate you in any way, because I know life can be complicated as it is. And then you throw people into the mix that we don't get along with, and it can throw us for a real loop. Realist Shaft, good night. It's 12:30 a.m. I need my beauty sleep. I'll watch this stream when I wake up. Bye. Oh, thanks, Realist Shaft. I'm glad you were able to make it. J-Pod, that's great. Very, very true. I agree with you. Okay, guys, sorry. I know I haven't been keeping up with the stream. I'm getting rusty at this. I thought I was getting so much better, but it is hard. It is hard when there this. Usually, if there's anything over 30 people in the stream, I start getting. I feel challenged at reading. Ooh, Bodhi Nemo said, "Read The Untethered Soul." I've had few people recommend this book. I'm gonna write this one down. I don't know if I wrote it down yet, but I'm gonna write it down again just in case I didn't. The Untethered Soul, and I'm gonna write Bodhi Nemo. Bodhi Nemo. I love your name, Bodhi Nemo. Yeah. Okay. I have to read that one too, because I've had that one recommended a few times to me, so it must be good. Oh, Fanzine Vids, I'm glad you could make it. Welcome to the stream. Sailor Cecil, sadly I will have to tune in another time. My cryptography class is about to start in 5 minutes via Zoom. Wish me luck. Good luck, Sailor Cecil. That's awesome that you're taking that class. Ooh, DJ Fox. Twitter has been making me mad the past few days. All this free time is making people crazy. Interesting. That's one reason I'm glad that I'm not on Twitter right now. I have not logged into any social media recently. Man, I mean, even with a state of general normalcy, I always got overwhelmed by social media and stuff like that. So I imagine things are very interesting right now. Very interesting. King of Ruckus, you finally watched. Wait, hang on, where'd you go? Soul Station and Train to Busan. Very nice. I don't think I've seen Soul Station yet, but I love Train to Busan. Train to Busan is probably one of my favorite zombie movies ever. It's amazing. Hey, Joel Barnes, welcome to the chat. Where'd you go? Matthias, thank you for the other recommendation. Knight in Rusty Armor by Robert Fisher. Fantasy book with a great message and helped me a lot when I was a kid. Thank you, Matthias. Knight in Rusty Armor. I like the title. All right, let me write that down too. Ooh, Gary McGregor, I just saw, wrote The Art of Living. I never know how to pronounce this philosopher's name, by Epictetus. Epictetus. Thank you, Gary McGregor. I've heard good things about that one. Epictetus. Epictetus. Greek names were so cool. Oh, Patrick Miller, thank you for your super chat. Take comfort in your friends, everybody. Yes, this is true. This is definitely an important element right now. Friends are very important right now, and I think it's really nice when you have friends who know how to be there for you, and we can be there for each other, uplift one another. It's important. It's important. And it's important to know that everybody's going through different things too. Hi, Groovy Entertainment. Groovy Entertainment, happy belated birthday. I saw that was your birthday last week. I hope you had a happy, groovy birthday too. I liked your birthday video that you made. King of Ruckus. Oh my gosh. Soul Station is the animated prequel to Train to Busan. It's on Amazon Prime and it might also be here on YouTube too. Ooh. I did not even know that there was an animated prequel. That is awesome. Let me write that down. Soul. Yeah. Autocorrect. Hang on. Station. Train to Busan. Okay. Hi, Snobby Acorn. Demon Sky, the Synthwave. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've had a few people ask me about this recently. Actually, about 2 weeks ago, this is good news. This is really good news. This is one thing that I've been hanging on to that has brought me some joy. About 2 weeks ago, my mom started a new form of radiation therapy, and it has actually helped her. She's been feeling a little bit more energy, and she's had pain relief, most importantly. So she's been feeling better. So I'm hoping that it continues and it progresses in a healthy way. So thank you so much for asking. And yeah, that it was rough for me for a while there because I was really, really worried about my mom and my parents and my grandmother with everything that's going on. So that is one thing that I am happy to report is that there is some good news. So thank you, Demon Sky. You're always very considerate. I appreciate that. Jen M. Beers, I heard about that Train to Busan sequel incoming. I am so excited for that. I hope it's the same director. I love that director. Hi, Ken. Aw. Hi, Elijah. Oh, Elijah Maccabee. Okay. I do not have a P.O. box yet. People keep asking, and I know you've asked too. I've said a few times that I'm not going to open one until after everything settles because it doesn't make sense in this time. The place near me isn't even open, the one that I have in mind. So it's going to be a while until it reopens, until things settle down. I definitely plan on opening one, but it's probably going to be a while. So thank you for asking. I'm sorry that I saw you ask earlier in the chat and I was just trying to keep up with all the other comments. As you know, I'm not the best at keeping up with comments. That's one of the reasons I chickened out on the stream last week. Sometimes I see people getting really upset that I'm not reading their comments, and I feel helpless because there's no way for me to possibly read every single one. Hi, Geekamus Prime. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you made it to a live stream because these are a little bit more rare for me now. Thank you, Joel. That is so sweet. Thank you. Thanks, Mateus. John Arbuckle, perhaps consider asking her doctor or whoever goes with her to treatment to ask about hormone therapy. Duke University Hospital is my suggestion. Thank you, John. Duke would be a bit far for them now. They're currently going to Yale. I don't think she's undergone hormone therapy, but she's undergone immunotherapy and several different immunotherapy trials and several different chemotherapy trials. Actually, unfortunately, everything made her worse other than this more recent radiation therapy. It's crazy because sometimes the things that you expect to help end up not helping. So you never know, but I will look into that. Thank you. Thank you, John. Yes, Groovy Entertainment. I saw that you got 100. I saw your 100 subscribers videos. Congratulations on that. I'm very happy for you that you did that. Very cool. Show everyone the cat. Describe how comfy the cat is. Nova is very comfy. She's a master of getting comfortable. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate that. I get so nervous and disheartened when I see people get upset that I didn't read their comment because obviously you guys know it's important to me to talk to you and I wish I could read every single comment all the time.
but it's very overwhelming to me. So I'm just happy to be able to talk to any of you guys. So thank you for the support, Elijah. I appreciate you being considerate of that. And Joel agrees. That's why I love you guys. King of Ruckus, yes. Yon Sang-ho. I'm probably butchering that, but yeah. Oh, I'm so glad it's the same director. He's great. Sometimes I read the shorter comments first because I'm scared I won't have time to read the long comments, but then I end up missing the longer ones. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. I swear my brain is segmented and part of it is in an alternate reality today. That's my excuse. Patrick Miller, thank you for your super chat. Have a good chat, everyone. Just wanted to say hi. One more. If you could only watch Batman Forever or the Clooney one the rest of your life, which would it be? I just want attention. Patrick, that's a great question. And thank you for your super chat. Batman Forever, I think. Wait, which one is Batman Forever? Is that Tim Burton? Because I do have, they're a guilty pleasure. Hang on. Batman Forever. Oh, wait. Oh, but that was the one with the Riddler. Damn. I might have to be Clooney Batman. I might have to be Clooney. That's a rough choice. I don't like that choice. Oh, man. Could it be one of the other Tim Burton ones? Did Tim Burton do that one? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, though. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for your super chat. It's good seeing you in the stream. Yes, Will Gentry, thank you. It's simply impossible to read every comment when you have more than 20 to 25 people in the chat, especially for me. So try not to let it worry you if people get upset. They should understand you're only one person. Thank you, Will. You are awesome. Thank you for being on my side. Oh my gosh, it's true. It's true. I get overwhelmed as it is, just in general in life. That's just part of my personality. I get easily overwhelmed by things. So that on top of it is just, it's just a lot. DJ Fox is Batman Forever. Thank you, Mateus. You're right. Joel, I honestly hate Batman Forever, but Clooney is the worst. Yeah, he wasn't a great Batman. Maybe. I don't even remember the Clooney Batman. Which one even was that? My favorite one is the one with, well, obviously before the Nolan trilogy. I liked Danny DeVito as the Penguin and Christopher Walken and Lando Calrissian. Oh my gosh, I love that. I always forget that actor's name. Lando Calrissian. Oh, Batman and Robin is the Clooney one. Thank you, Tom King. Thank you. Geekamus Prime. Hey, it's fine if you can't read my comment. At least you do. Tim Pool never reads any comment in his live streams unless it's a super chat. That's understandable, but Tim Pool's live streams have been off the hook lately. He gets like 14,000 people talking. Like, it's great, not even talking, but 14,000 people in his chat. I watch Tim Pool from time to time just because I'm done with mainstream media. I'm done with Access and Legacy News. I can't watch that stuff anymore. It's just terrible. So I watch Tim Pool when he goes live sometimes. And I mean, I think the only way he can read comments is if they're super chat, because that's 14,000 people. I mean, he can barely even keep up with his super chats. He sometimes sets the bar because he can't even keep up with the lower ones because they come in so fast. Billy D. Williams. Thank you, Joel Barnes. Billy D. Williams. Wow, my ADHD is strong today. Billy D. Williams. I love Billy D. Williams. Well, I haven't seen the new one yet.
Ugh, I still haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, you guys. Don't hate me. Dave M. Not true, Dave M. I am not a star, and I never want to ignore the little people because the little people are my favorite people. Hobbits. Hobbits are my favorite in Middle Earth. DJ Cobra. Hey, Jeremy. Aw, hi, Jeremy. I love the bunny emojis. How are you doing, Jeremy? I sent you an Easter message for you and your family. I hope you're doing well. I always worry when you don't respond that you slipped into another dimension. But I know you get tons of messages, so I'm just kidding you. Hoagies, Rise of Skywalker was not good. Yeah, you guys, I haven't seen it yet, and I don't plan to. I have a few people that have been asking me about it. Maybe one day. I don't know, because I know I'm either going to be just really disappointed and kind of annoyed and upset and angry, or I'll just be completely apathetic and uncaring. And I don't want either of those options to happen when it's Star Wars. This is Star Wars we're talking about. I want to either love it or enjoy it or appreciate it. But if none of those things is going to occur, then I don't know if I want to put myself, my mind, my unrenewable resource of time and energy into it. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to see it. Say hi to Jeremy, everybody. D-Day Cobra himself. Water. Make sure you're all staying hydrated. Oh, so disappointing, isn't it? I still can't believe that Star Wars took the turn that it did. It's so sad. Crazy times we're in, because pretty much any franchise with a built-in fan base, I feel like it's happening to all of them. So there's no way to avoid it. Phil TMNT, that's what I'm afraid of. You'll be so disappointed in The Rise of Skywalker that you'll end up not caring by the end of the movie. That's precisely what I'm assuming would happen, which is why I don't think I'm going to see it. Ooh, hang on, Epic War. This is a good comment. Honestly, my expectations were so low that I felt that Rise of Skywalker was watchable if I turned my brain completely off. It was better than The Last Jedi, but like comparing a 1 out of 10 to a 3 out of 10. Interesting. Interesting. I appreciate that. Yeah, I could see that. Gigamus Prime. I look a bit like Allison Brie from Community. Are you two related? No, I wish, because I love her. She's so cute. She's great. She was in Mad Men and Glow with Mark Maron. I really like her. She's cool. I'll take that comparison. I will take it all the way to the bank. Hero, Hayden's birthday is coming. Happy birthday almost, Hayden Christensen. On the 19th, what are we going to do? I don't know. I was actually thinking of doing a 420 stream and calling it 420 Stream of Consciousness. Hey, Gary. Gary's here. Hey, Gary. Okay, let me see if I can go back and catch some older. Oh, Sanctuary of Geeks. This girl I've been working with, she recently divorced, so I gave her some space, but told a friend that I liked her. Now my friend is with her, told her I like her, but she sees me as a brother. Oh, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. But honestly, the best thing you can do, and I know this might feel invalidating, but just forget it and move on. If something works out down the road, it'll be that much more likely to happen if you allow yourself to move on and have the confidence to pursue other options and other realities right now. That's all I could say about that. Hero, we must celebrate the chosen one. Wow, Hayden Christensen's birthday. I wonder how old he's going to be. Bodhi Nemo, good question. What does anyone think about the new normal of watching theatrical films at home instead of cinemas? I've actually gotten to the point where watching films and series at home is my preferred environment because it's controlled, it's enclosed. I don't it's much more affordable typically. I'm sure now things might change a little bit, but it's much more affordable, and you get to have unlimited snacks, unlimited bathroom breaks, unlimited drinks. They're not upcharging you. You can pause it. You can resume whenever you want. And as an introvert, it's delightful because I don't have to put myself in the proximity of strangers all the time. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, because of course being around other humans is a wonderful thing, and I know many people miss that dearly now. So I don't want to invalidate anyone's experience with that. But I do think it's nice, and I do think that theaters are going to suffer because I think for a long time, obviously, they've been going downhill. They're already suffering. I do hold out sometimes for theatrical experiences with really big, more blockbuster action sci-fi films. I do enjoy seeing those on a big screen. So like that's the only thing I think that would be unfortunate, would be if we had to miss out on those. But if it's, I like watch a lot of smaller independent films, and sometimes those are absolutely great just at home on a regular television set. But yeah, for some of the bigger, sweeping, grandiose, visually stunning films, I would definitely miss that element of seeing them on the big screen. So we'll see. Mary Mayhem's here. Hannah, I saw Mary in the chat. Let's find her. Mary! Hi, Mary. Mary takes one to know one. You are so beautiful inside and out too. And thank you so much for your super chat. I hope you're doing well, Mary. Look, everybody's so excited. Say hi to Mary. Joel says, hi, Mary. Hello, it's from DJ Fox. Mary is the best. Mary. Yay. Oh, Bone. Just got home from work. I will be taking my phone into the shower. Taking my phone, please don't. You're gonna ruin your phone. Riff Rocker John, Critical Drinker did a great video today on how he would have fixed The Last Jedi. Ooh, that sounds fun. Yes, guys, follow DJ Fox's link. That's a new thing I've noticed. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but in live streams, you can't click on people's channels anymore. You can click on them. I'm gonna do it right now. And well, I'm never mind, I'm the channel person, so I can't do that. But you can click on someone's name, and it used to say like go to their channel, so you could check out other people's channels if they were in the link. And I guarantee you this is why it happened. Do you remember thought bots, like all those bots coming in, and they had like sexual names and connotations, and they'd always copy other people's stuff and then paste it and put like little emojis? There were so many of them. There was a huge influx. All of a sudden, they were all over the place. They were spamming any stream that had anything over like 100 viewers at a time. And I guarantee you, they, instead of just eradicating that, which they should have figured out a way to do, because whatever, they just decided to say, oh, no more able to check out someone's channel. So that's unfortunate. So long story short, follow this link that our good friend DJ Fox provided here to Mary Mayhem's channel. Yeah, I agree, Will Gentry. I still personally want the theater. I want the option to go to the theater, certainly. And like you said here, the sound, the picture quality, picture size, etc. You just don't get the same experience at home. That is so true. That is so true. Like, I recently watched The Lighthouse at home, and I loved the experience. It was wonderful and beautiful. But it's cinematically such a gorgeous film that it would have done so well on the big screen. I really would have enjoyed that. It might have enhanced the experience. But then again, depending on how considerate your fellow theater goers are, it can be very distracting to be in a theater as well. So I don't know, man. I hope they survive. I do hope theaters survive, but we'll have to see. Mary's saying hello to you guys. Keck 44 asking a chat full of introverts if they mind watching movies at home. Indeed, Keck, indeed. Oh, Nova's so cozy.
80 edits. Hey, 80 edits. How are you doing? He said you get that experience if you're rich. Yeah, if you have a home theater with a gigantic screen, that must be nice. Hi, Wise Guys Entertainment. Huzzah! By the way, guys, this is another channel that's awesome, 80 Edits. He does phenomenal work doing edits on different Star Wars videos. And yeah, I think you just came out with one relatively recently, too. And a lot of guys here are big fans of Hayden Christensen, so he does have some good edits with good old Anakin Skywalker in them, if you guys want to check those out. Oh, Elijah, thank you. He said, guys, if we don't spam the chat, Kelly can see them all. Don't spam. Ooh, Patrick Miller, thank you for your super chat. Let Theaters Die, also Hereditary or Midsummer. I would have to say Hereditary, although I didn't really enjoy the overall experience of Midsummer whilst watching. But then after watching it, I watched a few videos that broke down certain elements of it that I didn't really notice at first. So I think I enjoyed it more after having seen it, if that makes sense, after kind of absorbing some of the themes that were a little more subtle. But I still, Hereditary, ooh, that one really, really shook me up. Hereditary sent me for a loop. I really enjoy that director. He's really good. He's got a lot of promise. Bone, that's so true. You can't replicate movie theater popcorn at home. It is so unfortunate. That movie theater popcorn is beyond. It's so good. Sanctuary of Geeks. Thanks for the advice, Kelly, and people in chat really needed it at this time. I'm glad it helped out. Aw. Did you see what happened here to Doctor Who? Worse than Star Wars? Yeah. Doctor Who, Picard, all of the Star Trek series, really. I'm sure they're gonna do it to Lord of the Rings. They did it with Game of Thrones. It's sad because they lose touch with what actually constitutes good writing and character development and character motivations and just actually having good storytelling for the sake of just inserting these very hollow constructs of what they deem to be important social values, whereas most of those things that we love already had those important social values, but they weren't hand-fisted the way that they are now. So now it just feels very hollow. Just everything feels like a total cash grab. It's so unfortunate. I haven't seen any of the new Doctor Who, but I've just heard that it's horrendous. Oh my gosh, I'm missing stuff. Oh my gosh. Cooking with Ruthie. Oh my gosh, Ruthie's here. Hi, Jedi Bunny. Sorry I haven't been in contact. I left Twitter. I'm very busy at my job. I'm working in the medical field, so I just needed a break. I'll start everything when I'm ready. YouTube, take care. Ruthie, oh my gosh. Ruthie, first of all, thank you so much for your super chat. It's so good to see you. I'm honestly glad that you're taking a break from Twitter. That's probably really good for your mental health right now with what's going on. As you know, I'm not personally on Twitter, but I've only ever heard about very, very stressful things going on there. I'm sure it has its positive elements to offer, but especially with what's going on. A lot of people earlier today in the chat were talking about how people are just going crazy on there, saying absurd, crazy things, and kind of spiraling. So I'm glad for your own sake that you're not doing that. I hope you're taking good care of yourself at your job. You are a hero, Ruthie, for doing what you're doing. If you're in the medical field, yeah, I'm glad that you're doing well. I've missed you. I've been wondering how you're doing, but it's always great to see you, Ruthie. Thank you so much for letting me know, and for the super chat. So sweet. And guys, definitely go check out Ruthie's channel, because Ruthie, I think I'm subscribed to you. I should be subscribed to you, but I'm not sure if you posted that video yet. You were going to start a cooking show, Cooking with Ruthie. Hang on, I can't type for my life. I can't find it right now.
Oh, yes. It doesn't come up. Okay, I'll search it later. But yes, anyway, if you haven't posted a video yet, Ruthie, she is going to post eventually. So you guys should definitely check out her channel. Oh my gosh, hang on. So many comments I'm missing. Hang on. I don't know what the context of this is, but I agree with Keck44 here. Hero 360, you're not weird, just unique. And we love weirdos on this channel, so it's fine. Ryan Dyer, welcome to the stream. First time in my life I had to cover up my face to go inside a bank. I wore a bandana, felt like a bandit from the Old West. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been wearing masks out. So interesting times. Gary, Dune is next. I hope not. I kind of have faith in Dune, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see what direction that goes in. Okay, hang on. I agree, Bodhi Nemo. It's time to move forward with newer properties. Hollywood has abused and used up the nostalgia cards on the older franchises. They are now empty. I completely agree with you. It's sad. It's very sad. I think they took for granted the built-in audience, and just unfortunate. Ooh, Gary N., great question. Top 5 David Lynch films. Mulholland Drive, Blue Velvet, The Elephant Man. I know Twin Peaks isn't technically a film, but I'm going to have to include Twin Peaks, especially the second season, because David Lynch himself said it's basically a 17-hour film, and it is. It really is. It's just that great. It's amazing. And then for 5, I can't say Eraserhead, because Eraserhead like broke my brain. It broke my brain and my soul. I don't know how I don't think I can ever see Eraserhead again, even though it was amazing. That's 4. I have to think of the 5th. Good question though, Gary. You know I love David Lynch. Lord Arnold, I'm sub to you, but I never comment. I'm sorry, Lord Arnold. I've been taking a break from so many things. I'm taking a break from texting. I'm taking a break from comments on like my videos. I'm taking a break from watching other videos. I've been watching a few things here and there, but I was just kind of like feeling overwhelmed in general with things in life. So I've put in like stronger boundaries with things, and I'm trying to put in stronger boundaries with YouTube. But I do see your videos pop up in my feed, and they are always tempting to watch. And I will watch them eventually. Don't worry. I will. I'll get around to it, especially because you seem to post really cool videos. Oh, Macy's here. Hi, Macy. Thank you for your super chat. Hi, Jedi Bunny. Just got home from work, and I'm so glad I did not miss your stream. Great to see you again. By the way, the Kestrel is a small member of the Falcon family. I love that. I'm not well versed in the lineage of the birds of prey or birds in general, but I absolutely love them. So yeah, I know you. I think I was in someone else's stream sometime fairly recently, and you reminded me to post that video of the what I believe to be a peregrine falcon in my little area outside here. And I'm going to. I don't know, I felt weird posting it when I haven't posted an actual video in so long. So I don't know. I'll post it. I will post it eventually. I promise I will. But I do feel like I need to get back in the habit of actually creating YouTube videos. I don't know, I'm still finding my way with everything. But thank you so much, Macy, for your super chat. That's very sweet. And I love that you know about Birds of Prey. They're so cool. Not the movie Birds of Prey, the actual Birds of Prey. Oh, Geekamus Prime, I am very honored. This is the only socializing I have done with other people in a very long time. Well, I am honored and grateful to have you. Hang on, I'm realizing my face is glowing like an orange pumpkin right now. I never know how to get lighting right. I got this huge glare off my computer. I can't do anything about it. Thank you, Bone. I should post more videos on my channel. I want to. I'm having like an identity crisis with what I want to post and stuff. And I've watched a few films recently that I've really loved that I've been tempted to do reviews of. So maybe I will. I don't know. Like, like I've said so many times, I get up in my own head about things and get nervous about things. I love that you guys are commenting. Oh, can you see her little toes? Her little toes are her little cat toes. They look like little jelly beans. Everybody's talking about Nova moving. Oh, thank you, Wise Guys Entertainment. Yes, do reviews on those movies you're passionate about. Thank you. Yeah, it's weird. It's like YouTube is amazing and I love it. And but it's also really scary and it makes me feel really vulnerable. I don't know. It's like the nice, like you guys, the most amazing community out there, but then sometimes people are just so scary to me. But that's just, I feel like I've always felt that way, even just in real life. So of course it goes to reason that I would be scared of people on YouTube too. Thank you, Gary N. And thank you, Will Gentry. I love that. That's true. Hi, Shady Endeavor. Welcome to the stream. Keck 44. Idea for a Jedi Bunny video, a day in the life of Nova voice, of course. Aw, the Wanderer. Thank you. Yeah, this is the only live stream / channel I've ever really bothered to comment on because the community is so good. YouTube vet since 06. Oh, wow. Wow, I'm flattered. And we should all be flattered, I think. That's really sweet, The Wanderer. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you feel open about commenting here. That makes me very, very, very happy to know. Yeah, it depends. It depends on the stream. It depends on the channel and the person. But sometimes I definitely get scared about commenting or posting things. I don't know. We'll see. Wise Guys, do you mind to deceive me, or have you been opening up more and starting to hop on other people's streams as of late? I have been on other people's streams lately. I was on John Talks last week. I streamed with Mary. I've streamed with Jay a few times. Obviously, Jeremy, he's who I started streaming with. So yeah, it's been good. I've been coming out of my shell a little bit lately. So yeah, working on it. Oh, the Fandom Menace. Thank you so much for your super chat. You were so sweet stopping by my stream on Saturday. I didn't make the full 24 hours, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, yeah. So if you guys aren't already subbed to the Fandom Menace, obviously you should be subbed to the Fandom Menace. It was so cool to see you doing that stream. I think I got to you when you just started. I was heading to bed, but I was like, oh, he's doing the 24-hour stream. I got to at least say hello. You seem like you're doing a great job. I'm assuming you must have fallen asleep at some point. That would have definitely happened to me. I don't know. I can barely do a 3-hour stream without getting either insatiably hungry or feeling like I need to roll around on the ground and like stretch. Thank you so much for your super chat, though, Fandom Menace. I really appreciate that. And it was great to see you streaming. I hope you do it more often. Maybe you can pick up the 24-hour stream where you left off. I think you did like 12 hours or something from what I saw. Viking Turtle, good point. It's probably not a good time to be making videos right now. Everybody's getting angry from being stuck at home. Yeah, I think people seem to be in a really interesting state of flux. Like sometimes, and I feel this myself too. Some days I feel like, oh, everything's okay. I'm getting used to this. I'm dealing with it fairly well since I'm already an introvert. I spend a lot of time on my own. I spend a lot of time reflecting and being quiet as it is. So but then again, like even sometimes for me, it gets a little bit overwhelming. So I try to put myself in the shoes of someone who's constantly needs noise and stimulation, and more extroverted people who need that engagement to feel like alive and sane. And I think those people might have a harder time with it, but I think everybody's having a hard time with it, especially if it's affecting their job, their income, their livelihood, their family life. I mean, I think it's really scary for a lot of people, and not everybody's in a very convenient or safe or healthy situation right now. So of course it makes sense that I think people would not be in a great place. Yeah, my headspace is definitely, I wouldn't say that I've been, you know, in a bad place, but I've been in a place of shifting, I think, and changing my outlook on certain things. And like I said, trying to implement stronger boundaries with things, and trying to just like find the healthiest way to process things. And yeah, but there's a lot going on. It's very interesting. Geekimus Prime, yes, I miss my students all the time when I'm not with them. So it is hard, especially now. Aw, DJ Fox, this is a good chat. I've never had to block anyone or even seen people arguing. That makes me happy. I think one time I saw people arguing over something, and then we squashed the beef. We handled it. I forget what happened, but yeah. Aw, Ken, that's so nice. That makes me so happy. I comment on a couple people's live streams, but I feel more compelled to comment on Kelly's streams. Thank you, Ken. Well, I'm glad you feel compelled. I want this to be, you know, an easygoing, not easy. I mean, obviously easygoing to an extent, but I also want it to be a place where people can share and be themselves. Most importantly, because you know, there's enough challenges in the world, and if you want to be real, be real. If you want to be genuinely raw with your emotions, do that too. We have people talk about anger and depression and all those kinds of things. So, and when I see your comments, I will always try to be there for you guys. So, and then we have our goofy, corny jokes like this one here from Gary N. Thank you, Gary N, for the corny joke. Gary N, thank you for your super chat. 5 guys walk into a bar. You think one of them would have seen it. That's beautiful. I love that one. Oh, so good. Oh, Keck44. The chat feels abandoned when Kelly's on John Talk streams. Yeah, well, any stream that I go on pretty much with someone else, I'm sorry, and I don't want to like ignite anyone's abandonment issues. But I definitely have a hard time paying attention to the chat when I'm also talking to, even if someone else, like I have a guest on my channel, I have such a hard time juggling both, because if you guys can't tell, I get like tunnel vision and I want to focus on whatever's right in front of me. And if that happens to be a person, I want to make sure that I'm giving them my undivided attention. And I also feel like as it is, I have kind of a hard time with my attention levels. Even when I'm reading your comments, sometimes I get distracted by other comments. So I try to stay as focused on one thing as possible. So yeah, inevitably, if there's ever another person with me on this channel, or if I'm on someone else's, I'm probably going to be giving them the majority of my attention. But yeah, we had some really good talks on John's channel. I really enjoyed doing those. Ooh, and DJ Fox dropped the link for the Fandom Menace channel. Thank you, DJ Fox. Patrick Miller, thank you again for your super chat. Have a good chat, everyone. I'm out to Tim Pool's a shill watch. I'm out. Tim Pool's a shill watch Destiny. Everyone much better. Everyone much better. Like by a lot. Sorry, just really mad at BreadTube right now. What is BreadTube? BreadTube. Well, thank you. Thank you, Patrick Miller. Yeah, Tim Pool's a polarizing character. I'm not a huge fan of the way he conducts himself in certain situations with conversation. I think, yeah, I don't know. I watch his content, but I don't always agree with the way that he constructs his viewpoints. And I think he can be a little bit hard-headed, narrow-minded, and he can judge things pretty critically without really looking fully into them. But that being said, I'd still rather watch him as an independent than most other news sources. Yeah. Wise guys liked the Gary N joke. That was a good one. Oh, Shady Endeavor, thank you. I think this is the best time to be making them, meaning videos, just as long as you have a good community, which isn't a problem here. Thank you, Shady Endeavor. You know what? I think you're right. I agree. Yeah, I just get so nervous. Oh, Gary, thank you. I love your collab streams, Kelly. Always good discussions. Yeah, I love collabing too. I really do enjoy it. It's a really fun way for me to connect to people that I have something in common with in this community, and there are a lot of great people here, so it makes me happy. Mateus, hang on, where'd it go? I personally prefer Alex Jones just for the laughs. He's an in real life Jonah Jameson. Alex Jones. Oh man, Alex Jones. I won't even go there. It's just like amazing. It's just so funny. Gary, and favorite Harrison Ford film other than Star Wars or Indiana Jones? Good question. There's this film called Witness that was, I mean, I've only seen it once, and it was when I was much younger, so I don't remember much about it, but it took place in like, in an Amish community, and I think he was doing a murder investigation. That was pretty cool. I'm having a hard time thinking of Harrison Ford films off the top of my head that aren't Han Solo or Indiana Jones. I'm gonna have to think about that one. That's a good question though. Yeah, good word. That's what I was looking for. Arrogant, Geekimus Prime. Tim Pool can come off as a little bit arrogant. Yeah, and you guys know I don't like to judge. I don't like to say negative things about people because I feel like there's enough criticism and judgment and negativity in the world, and especially on YouTube. I appreciate what he's trying to do, but yeah, I think the way that he speaks can come off as a little bit arrogant, condescending, bit of a blowhard, that kind of thing. I prefer someone like Joe Rogan, who's constantly, he interfaces with every possible type of person in the world, and he's always kind of deconstructing and reconstructing the way he interacts with people. He catches himself when he goes over the top. He seems to always be learning and challenging himself and evolving his way of learning and understanding others. And I have a big appreciation for people like that. So, but Joe Rogan doesn't cover the news on a daily basis, so we don't get. And I think anyone that I used to watch, Steven from Agenda Free TV, and the whole reason I started watching him was because it was called Agenda Free TV. So with that is the implication that someone's going to be objective and open-minded about the topics that they're covering. But even he ended up getting, I don't even remember what it was, but he just ended up getting very upset and overly emotionally invested in certain topics that he was talking about. So I think when you're reporting on the news on a regular basis, or even consuming it on a regular basis, it's very difficult to remain kind of open-minded and to try to have different lenses through which you see it. You tend to get a little bit more narrowed in your view of things, which, you know, I went to school originally for communications, and when I first set out in my university experience, I thought that I was going to be a journalist. And I learned very quickly that there really doesn't exist a true objective place for journalism right now, and it's only getting worse over the years. So yeah, needless to say, I did not take that path. Ken, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my gosh, Ken, this is a great question. Have you seen The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix? Really enjoyed it and was blown away by its visuals. Definitely recommend it if you haven't. Ken, yes, I have seen Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. I absolutely loved it. And there is a link to a video in which I discuss The Haunting of Hill House with Jeremy on Geeks and Gamers. And the video is in one of my playlists called Collaborations with Other Channels. So go check that out if you like Haunting of Hill House, because we talk about it. I don't remember how long the video is, but we basically just talk about it. We break down some of the different plot points, characters, acting, camera work, which was amazing. So I think you'd enjoy that video. Thank you so much for your super chat, and thank you for asking. Bodhi Nemo, I love this. By the way, Bodhi Nemo, I don't remember if I ever got back to this comment that you wrote, but you wrote a beautiful comment on one of my videos. I want to say it was maybe like a month ago. You wrote such a beautiful comment, and this is something that I want you guys to know. Sometimes I read your comments and I absorb them, and I have every intention of responding, but my way of responding is I want to make sure I respond to every point that someone brings up. So sometimes if I don't have the time, I won't respond right away. And then I get overwhelmed, especially if there's a lot of different comments coming in and I don't end up getting back to them. But I remember your comment, Bodhi Nemo, and it was really beautifully written. And you said some really deep, beautiful things in there. And I've noticed you in the chat today, you're saying a lot of really cool, meaningful things. So thank you. I appreciate that, Bodhi Nemo. I appreciate you coming to my channel and watching some videos and being in the stream. I'm happy to have you here. So thank you. And I like this comment too. The balance will come. Society is reaching an apex of change. I like to think that that is true as well. Oh, Justin Proper. Hello, Justin. Rob K. That is a common complaint about Joe Rogan, is that he's a little bit wishy-washy with things, which I can see, and I can agree with that to an extent. I do enjoy his his content and his takes on things. I enjoy a lot of his conversations. I think he's a great conversationalist, and I think to an extent that might almost just be a mechanism of conversing with so many people, is he's realized that the nature of conversing with that many people from that many different walks of life and mindsets and, you know, behaviors, personality profiles, he probably has to resign himself to not necessarily disagree or see things differently from every single person he talks to. So maybe he ends up kind of riding the wave of whatever that person's saying, and then the next week riding the wave of the inverse statement about that thing, which I can kind of relate to, because I think, you know, it's like, do we value peace or do we value victory? Some people, I think, value the peace over the peace of being able to converse with someone that might see things differently than them. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, I can definitely agree with that statement. Wish-washy. I don't know if it's the weed doing that though. Little Trill. Patriot Games was an okay film with Harrison. Thank you so much for your super chat. Oh my gosh, where's NOK? NOK. Very cool. Thank you so much for your super chat. I don't think I've seen Patriot Games yet. And I haven't seen Air Force One, like Wise Guys mentions here. Haven't seen that one yet. Gary McGregor. Gotta go, everyone. Have a great night. Cheers. Cheers, Gary. Mason W. Thank you, Mason. Yes, hanging in there, hanging in there. I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. Geekamus Prime. I only watch Tim Pool's live streams to see if he finally shows us what Lydia looks like. So far, nothing. Yeah, didn't they say they were going to get a camera for Lydia? Still nothing. Still nothing. Epic Ward. There is no such thing as unbiased news. Well, yeah, there are always different connotations. Even if you're just reporting on reality, there are so many lenses through which to see it. Thank you, Ryan Dyer. Beautiful. Sith Lord. Hey, Sith Lord. I was just going to say your name, but then again, I realized that I don't know if you want people to actually know your name. So I won't say your actual name. But hi, Kelly. I talked to Mary, and your gift will be on the way soon. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I don't want to say what it is because it's a surprise. But Sith Lord, thank you so much. I'm so excited. Ah. Okay. Yes. So this is a loophole to the P.O. box situation because Sith Lord, I had someone asking me earlier if I was going to start a P.O. box, and I've been telling people I'm going to wait until all of this craziness blows over because the P.O. box place near me isn't even open right now. But the loophole is Mary's going to send something for me. So I'm so excited, Sith Lord. Thank you again. You're awesome. TT. Hi, TT. Oh my gosh. How are you doing? I saw a question today I have no good answer for. Can it still be called Return of the Jedi if the Jedi don't return? Good question. I like it. Gary, thank you, Gary. Oh my gosh. Blade Runner. Blade Runner is my favorite Harrison Ford film, barring Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Yes, Blade Runner. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Gary. I totally forgot. How did I forget the Blade Runner existed? It's one of my favorites. Ah, hang on. Oh my gosh, the chat's moving too fast. Oh my gosh. Macy Van Dusen, I missed your joke. What was your joke, Macy? Hang on. Let me see. Oh, I see it. Okay. Thank you, Macy. And thank you so much for your super chat. Two blondes in Kansas were arguing about which was further away, Florida or the moon. Duh, one said. There's the moon. Can you see Florida from here? That's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love that. Oh my gosh. Macy, thank you. I love that joke so much. That's really cute. I'm sorry if my Southern accent was awful. While I'm on it, let me just make sure I didn't miss any other super chats because I clearly missed that one. All right, let's see. I think I got them all. Yeah, I think I got them all. Yes. Okay, good. All right. Thank you so much, Macy. That was a good one. Sith Lords in Florida. I love Florida, Sith Lord. I love Florida. I went to school in Florida. That was like one of my favorite states growing up. I love the warmth, the tropical, the flowers, the palm trees, the beaches. I love Florida beaches. And Florida people are very nice. I know they get a bad rap in like the news media and people always want to give them hell, but I like Florida. I appreciate it for what it is. It's beautiful in so many ways. Gary N. Trivia time. Who is the first guest star in Friends? Hint, it could be more than one person. Trivia. Ooh, I like this. It can be more than one person. Thank you, by the way, for the super chat, Gary. Oh my gosh. Who was the first guest star on Friends? Let's see if anybody knows. Does anybody know? So Gary asks, who was the first guest star on Friends? Hint, it could be more than one person. Hi, Cecil B. DeCock. All right, let's see. Tom Selleck? Was it Tom Selleck? I love Tom Selleck in it. Wise Guys Entertainment says Tom Selleck. Was it Tom Selleck, Gary? Joel, I lived in Florida my entire life. That's awesome.
Yeah, Sith Lord, you can thank Florida man for the bad rap. Monty Daniels, Bill Gates. Was Bill Gates on Friends? I don't remember that. Gary N. It was George Clooney and Noah Weil. I don't remember George Clooney being on Friends. Interesting. I did love Tom Selleck. He was my favorite. Oh, I was so sad when he and Monica didn't end up together. But I know that she and Chandler like are meant to be. But Tom Selleck was great. Good question. Hmm. Hero, I have not seen 2014's Outcast yet. You're trying to get as many people as you can to see Hayden is a good actor. I do think Hayden is a good actor. I don't think the role, the writing was suited to him in the prequels. I don't think he had good content to work with. I don't know if it was the content, if it was the writing, if it was just the overall way that things were set up. I also think that what's her name? Natalie Portman is a much better actress than we saw her in the prequels too. Even Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson, I've seen them outperform those roles so many times in earlier and subsequent films and productions that I really think it was more so the writing that the characters had. And I can only imagine that the staging and the blocking must have been very inorganic, and we're working with very like early 2000s and late 90s CGI here, and everybody's like, it's just all a green screen. They're interacting with things that aren't there. It's very new. Actors didn't really have a grasp on how to handle filming those types of scenes yet. So I think there's a lot going on that kind of led itself to not getting really great performances out of a lot of the actors. I mean, some of them were good, but I think a lot of them didn't necessarily reach their potential. But Hayden Christensen, unfortunately, because that was such a huge breakout role for him, I think he became pigeonholed in this idea that he was not a good actor because of it. So hopefully things shift down the line. I do think there are ways for actors to kind of recreate themselves and reinvent themselves. And hopefully, if he gets enough good projects under his belt, if he chooses to pursue acting moving forward, I'm sure he can change his the way that the public interprets him. Hmm. Oh, Gary, and they played two doctors. Oh, I don't remember that. Oh, and I saw someone else say they were both on ER at that time. That's funny. Oh, Sith Lord. Okay, JJ. I'm gonna call you JJ now. Elijah. Okay, Elijah Maccabee. I'll leave you something encouraging in the comments. Farewell wherever you fare, and may your iris receive you at your journey's end. I love that. Thank you, Elijah. I hope you're doing well. It's always great having you in the chat. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you next time. Oh, Lord Arnold, I love that. Turns out Joel Barnes is not very far from you, actually. That's so cool. Well, maybe when all the stuff gets back to normal, y'all can meet up and hang out. Peter Hahn, greetings, Bunny. That's not hard kombucha. No, this is water, but I do have a kombucha here. It is not a hard kombucha. It's just a regular one. Gingerade. Very yummy. Ooh, Thunderduck, good question. Who is the most tragic Batman villain? I mean, I always thought Penguin was really tragic because
he never had a chance, did he? Like, he never had any chance. I mean, now after having seen Joker, obviously the new one, that one's a little bit more fresh in my mind. But I don't know. It was, my heart always went out to Penguin, just literally from a baby. He just didn't have a chance. He didn't have a shot. Good question. I mean, I'm sure there are others that I'm not thinking about. Oh man, I'm so behind on the comments again. Yakosai is here. He says Mr. Freeze. DJ Fox, I'm back. Found a quiet place to hide at work. Will Gentry. What on God's green earth is kombucha? Well, it's fermented. It's a fermented drink. Let me see if it gives a good description on here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Please note, kombucha is a fermented tea that has naturally occurring alcohol. Oh, never mind. That's not the part I wanted to read. It's very low in alcohol. Does not get you intoxicated. You have to drink like 18 of these. Let me see. Oh, here we go. What is kombucha? Kombucha is a fermented tea crafted with a living culture known as a SCOBY, added to a base of sweetened tea. The SCOBY consumes sugars and caffeine, transforming the tea into this revitalizing wellness drink known in ancient Asian cultures as the tea of immortality. Real authentic kombucha, like GT's, that's this brand, is raw and living, offers a tangy taste, natural effervescence, and visible culture strands. So yeah, there's like settling on the bottom there. Those are strands of the kombucha culture, which is active and living, just like you would have in a yogurt, or, you know, other things that are fermented using a living bacterial compound. But it's very good for you. It's supposed to be very good for your microbiome. Yeah, all good things. All good things. I like the way you phrase that question. Ooh, Joel Barnes. Oh, Two-Face. Two-Face is great too. Two-Face is more tragic to me. Yeah, because Two-Face starts out so like, yeah, that is tragic. That's like such a fall from grace. And he's my favorite. Mr. Freeze is another example too. I don't know Mr. Freeze's backstory. What's Mr. Freeze's backstory? Not familiar with that one. Macy, Nova is still bathing. Yes, she is constantly cleaning herself. She's a very clean little being. Oh my gosh, The King of Ruckus, Batman Beyond. I used to love that show. The episode of Batman Beyond with Mr. Freeze is one of the best on that show. Oh, I loved Batman Beyond. That was so good. I don't remember that episode. Hail, indoctrinated turtle. Oh, that's a cute name. Oh, Mr. Freeze lost his wife to a very rare disease. That is sad. Yeah, I agree, Will Gentry. If you're talking about, I'm assuming you're talking about the CGI from the prequels. I just, it does not hold up well in my opinion. It does not hold up well. It just looks like, I mean, it just looks like they were on a blue sound stage for the entire 3 films. It just looks like they were on a blue screen sound stage. It's very strange, especially now because we've had so many advancements in CGI. I mean, look at like Lord of the Rings still holds up beautifully. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, even like Harry Potter holds up well. But then when I watch the prequels, I'm just like, oh my gosh, the CGI is just, it just looks so, so preliminary. So preliminary, I guess, would be a term, maybe.
Oh yeah, all you guys are writing about Mr. Freeze's backstory. I'm seeing it. I see it. Oh. The Wanderer. Great minds think alike. We both said about Two Faces fall from grace. Minutes apart, spooky stuff. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting philosophical quandary is what is worse being, you know, like someone like the Penguin or someone like Two-Face. The Penguin really never had a shot at a normal life, whereas Two-Face did, and then he had to fall from grace. So it's, yeah, that's an interesting one to think of. Hero, I have not seen HTTYD. What is that? I don't know what that is. Do I have a favorite film? Asks Gary N. My best of the best. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that's a rough question. That's a hard question. Favorite of all time. Hmm. That's a really hard question. I'm not going to go with technical because I don't think that The Empire Strikes Back is technically the best film of all time. But as far as favorites go, I would have to say I think The Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite film of all time. But that's because of how I feel it in my heart and the connections, the emotional and childhood connections that I have to it. But if you were to ask me on like a more technical scale of what I think is like my favorite film from a technical element, I don't know. There's this film called, I've talked about it a few times, The Unbearable Lightness of Being. And I really, really, really love that film too. It says so much without having to say any of it in an obvious way. So I really love that one too. I don't know. Epic Ward. I love that. My favorite film, Empire Strikes Back. Oh, Hero, How to Train Your Dragon. Yes, I love How to Train Your Dragon. It's so cute. Actually, Nova reminds me so much of Toothless, the dragon in it. She like every time I see that dragon, I swear to God, I think it's Nova. It's so cute. YouTube. Only good thing about Batman and Robin, Arnie's buns. Chill out. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. I can't say it. Let's kick some ice. You're not sending me to the cooler. So good. Okay, hang on. Oh, hey, Apollo Patriot. The Greek god is here. Hello. And hello, Something Nowhere Man. Welcome. Apollo Patriot, hail Greek mythology, and I love my blue Twi'lek women. I love Twi'lek women too. They're beautiful. Hang on, I have a photo of Nova here. Let me see if I can find it. Where it's a side by side with her and Toothless, the dragon from How to Train Your Dragon. I don't know if you guys can see that. Doesn't that look just like Toothless though? Look, that's Nova licking her lips. Hang on, let me see if maybe it's easier to see that way. No, not at all. Can you do that every time? Ah, where's the camera? See? Nova and Toothless. Doesn't she look just like the dragon? The Wanderer. Has anyone seen They Live? Such a good John Carpenter film and very good reflecting on what's happening in this day. I have been meaning to watch They Live. I know I've written it down in streams before because a few people have recommended it. I think you were one of them, The Wanderer. And I've seen scenes from it and I know the overall premise. And yeah, I definitely want to see that, especially now with what's going on. You too. Oh my God, your Arnie is great. Thank you. I do like doing Arnold impressions. I don't think I'm great at them, but I do enjoy from time to time dabbling in a little Arnold impression or two. It's not a tumor. Sorry. Okay. Lord Arnold. Kelly, I have a very cool short video coming out you'll like since you're a fellow animal lover. I caught an endangered species on tape, the yellow crowned night heron. Might have seen this
seen this morning. I did not see it. I did not see it this morning, but I will check that out. That's very cool. Thank you for letting me know, Lord Arnold. I love herons. They're beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen a yellow crowned night heron. I've seen many a blue heron. Yeah, something nowhere, man. She does look like Toothless. Wise guys, was Nova Toothless's stunt double? Tom King. Does Nova have a ball around her neck? No. She has a collar that has little round tags on it. Perhaps that's what you saw. Get to the chopper. That was a bad one. I'm not ready for that. I can't. Get to the chopper. No, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I have to be in the right mental space to channel. Gary, have you heard the one about the corduroy pillow? It's making headlines. That's cute. I like that one. Now Nova's drinking. Can you guys hear that? She's so cute. Apollo Patriot. Yes, I watched Tiger King. I finished it. I finished it. Very sad. Very disturbing. I don't know. Just craziness. Ooh, Jen M. Veers. They Live is a classic. Yes, Apollo Patriot. I have seen Tiger King. It is absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. Oh yeah, something nowhere, man. Your Arnie impression is amazing, Jedi Bunny. To be who I am. I don't remember what was that one from. To be or not to be. I can't say it because I don't remember that. Who's your daddy and what does he do? So good, so good. Gotta love Arnold. Of all the celebrity videos, of all the celebrities going crazy in their mansions and trying to, you know, make us small people feel better, I have to say that Arnold's are my favorite because he's just hanging out with a mini horse and a donkey in a hot tub with a cigar and just being himself. And like, honestly, he earned it. He earned it. He really did. Jeff Jones asks if I'll do Arnold. It's turbo time. I don't remember that line. What was that from? I'll try. It's turbo time. It's turbo time. Will Gentry, talking of Tiger King, my friend has been to her sanctuary. She hates Joe Exotic because she thinks Carol Baskin takes better care of her tigers, even though you only see the good stuff on a tour. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think anyone in that series was really doing right by the actual tigers and animals that they were housing in their sanctuaries. I think there was the least evidence against Carol Baskin as far as her actual maintaining of the tigers and the animals. To me, I think the worst offenders, as far as the animals go, not necessarily with treatment of others and people, were Joe Exotic himself and that other guy that named himself Bogvan, whatever his name was. That guy. Oh my gosh, like treated them terribly. Oh, Jingle All the Way, Jeff Jones. That's why I didn't see it. I never saw Jingle All the Way. Oh. Yeah, exactly, Will Gentry. None of them were, they were just all out for the money. Yeah, they were all out for the money. There was a severe issue with ego eclipsing any real sense of care, consideration. and human decency. It's very disturbing from that in that regard. It's scary. You know, I think the show was done in a way where it didn't feel too like seedy, I guess, is a way of saying it. It could have been much worse as far as the execution of it, but I don't think it promoted enough awareness around a lot of these clear behavioral issues, disorders, psychological disorders, behavioral problems. You know, it said a little bit at the very end about the treatment of animals and how endangered the tigers are, and the sad gravity of that, the number that there's something like, I don't know, what is there, 3,000 or 5,000 wild tigers left in the world, in the wild, in their actual habitat. And there are way more people that actually own them than zoos that house them. So that's a very unfortunate fact. But of course, the way that people treated each other, used each other in that series is extraordinarily disturbing. And I'm not going to speculate on what happened to Carol Baskin's first husband, because I don't think they provided anywhere near enough evidence to support any of the claims. But if any of those claims do stand up to be true, that is horrifying. I mean, if I were to speculate, I would have to say that things do not look good for her. She does seem to have there are just too many things that seem a little bit too convenient for her to not have been somewhat at play in that dark, sinister scenario. Oh, Tom King, the 8th episode that just came out provides some good insight. I haven't seen that yet. Ooh, that is good to know. YouTube. Disney is losing serious money. Parks closed. No movie audiences. ESPN. Cruise ships. Used to love Disney, but now I celebrate it's going under. Your thoughts? Yeah, I am with you. I am with you. I think it's, you know, it's so corporate now. It feels like there's no soul anymore. There used to be this like sweet charm to all things Disney, and you know, I think it's the natural course that anything like that gets that big ends up taking. But yeah, I mean, I'm not rooting for them, especially with the quality of things they're putting out. You know, it's, I don't know. It's unfortunate. Gary N., another trivia question. What was Mark Hamill's first starring role before A New Hope? Ooh, I should know that. Oh my gosh. Mark Hamill's first starring role before A New Hope. Oh, I don't remember. That's a great question. Does anybody know in the chat? Gary N., thank you for your super chat. Another trivia question. What was Mark Hamill's first starring role before A New Hope? Oh, I don't know. That's a great question. Guys, let me know. Help me out. What was it? Does anybody know? Batman, big fan. Hello there, watching all the way from Kuwait. Hello in Kuwait. Hello in Kuwait. I actually went to school with a few people from Kuwait. That's very cool. Thank you, Batman, big fan. All right, let's see. Does anybody know? Gary Schartz. I can't read your name and not laugh. 8 is enough? Is that it, Gary? 8 is enough? Tom Cook says Corvette Summer. Cut 44 says before Star Wars? No idea. Yeah. I wish I knew. Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill, was one of my very first crushes. Luke Skywalker and Superman, played by Christopher Reeves. Those are my first crushes when I was little. Wise Guys agrees that it's Corvette Summer. 8 is enough, is it? He played David in the pilot episode. Oh, that's cool, Gary. And so let's see who said 8 is enough. I saw you up here. Where did it go? Batman, big fan. Wow, it's 4 a.m. in Kuwait right now. Damn, I lost who said it. But yes, 8 is enough was correct. Good job. Heck yeah, Christopher Reeves made the Superman. I agree, wise guys. I loved him in that. And he's such a cool person. Gary N actually shared a beautiful Christopher Reeves quote last week, I think it was, on John Talk stream. Beautifully said. He was such a special person. The dude made it. Hi, the dude, 1764. Thank you for joining the chat. Glad you could make it. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Sith Lord. Hail, Master Jedi Bunny. Hope you and the family are doing well. We are doing well. Everything is going really, really well. My mom's doing well, so that's good. Gary Schartz who said it. Thank you, wise guys. It was Gary Schartz who answered that it was 8 is enough. Good to know. Thank you, Gary Schartz. Oh, Macy, I didn't know that. Christopher Reeve was also a great pianist. Oh, that's really cool. Hey, Darth Nero, how are you doing? How you doing? Gigamus Prime. I wonder, could Batman and Superman defeat Darth Vader? Together, I do think they could. I do think they could, yeah. I think they'd be able to overtake him, especially Superman. Oh, the dude, I'm glad to hear it. The dude, I'm healthy and all my family is as well. Kitty cats are crazy. Oh, I'm sure they're happy. I think a lot of pets are very happy to have their humans home with them. Yes, Gary. So I don't think you were in the chat. Were you in the chat yet when I said I had an update, a positive news update about my mom? She started getting a new treatment about 2 weeks ago. It's a radiation therapy, and she's since been feeling a lot better. It really helped with her pain, and she's feeling still very tired, but she's able to go on walks again. So that's very good news. So we're very happy about that. Yeah, Tom King, I think so. I think Superman alone could take Darth Vader. I do think so. Aw, Batman, big fan, need to sleep, love you all. Okay, well, have a good night. Rest well. Hi, Patty. Hello. Sith Bunny. Sith Bunny. Hi, Sith Bunny. Just wanted to drop by and let you know that social distancing won't save you from my wrath. Oh, my nemesis. How could I be so naive to think? Hang on, where'd he go? And the Sith will rule you all. Eventually. Yeah, Gary, I will tell you more about it later. I know I haven't gotten back to the last message you sent me, but I will. I was telling the stream earlier, I've taken a bit of a break from my phone, from texting. I was getting overwhelmed a little bit. So I will get back to you. I'll let you know a little bit more about it next time we talk. Thunderduck, there's a fan film about Batman and Superman versus Darth Vader. That's hilarious. Batman versus Captain Cook. Captain Kirk. Oh my gosh, Captain Cook. Wow. My brain is split up into different universes right now. Okay. Hero 360. I envy you for having the ability to instantly have a connection with the original trilogy. I never felt that. Even now, it's overrated in my opinion. I definitely got that feeling with the prequels. Yeah, see, I think because I grew up with the original trilogy, they resonate so strongly with me. And I always wanted to love the prequels, and most people that I grew up with loved the prequels. A lot of people that I meet love the prequels. But for me, they never resonated with me on that level. I think it's it felt so different in terms of the way that they told their stories. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I hadn't seen the original trilogy growing up, I think I'd be a completely different person. And I would see the world differently. I'm very grateful that I love the original trilogy the way I do, because I think it informs a lot of the way that I see things, and I understand people, and the diamonism, yeah, the diamonism of people, and how open to change we can and should be, and to invest in our own path and spirit. So I don't know, I love a lot of the messages. I do enjoy the execution. I know by today's standards, the original trilogy would be perceived as very hokey and maybe silly, to younger generations that grew up with stronger, special effects techniques and stuff. But to me, the story is still strong, and it holds up, and the characters and the way that it plays out and unfolds, I still love it. So yeah, but I was always envious of people that loved the prequels, because I could never get into them the same way that I did with the original trilogy, and I always wanted to. Gary Sharts, if you want to see a different role for Christopher Reeve, watch the movie Death Trap. That sounds so familiar. I wonder if I've ever seen that. I don't remember if I have. TT, yes, you should watch the original trilogy again. My recommendation, if you're going to watch the original trilogy, is to try to find copies that don't have the, whatever the re-release versions are, the newer ones that George Lucas released after adding all the special effects. I really prefer the ones without all the extra CGI added on top of them, because it just looks so different. The original, if you can get the original unaltered versions, those are awesome to watch. Oh, Joel Barnes. I'm one of those people who love and like the prequels growing up, but nevertheless, original trilogy I will always love more, as it defined the core and aspect of Star Wars. Very well said, Joel. I agree. Yeah, I agree with this too. Actually, Tom King, the Disney trilogy makes the prequel trilogy look much better in comparison. Yeah, I have to agree with that. Sith Lord says Star Wars episodes 1 through 6, all there is. Yep. In my mind too. Oh, The Wanderer. No matter how much the sequels may have killed my enthusiasm for more Disney Star Wars, it's communities like this and the fandom menace that bring some hope back to the thoughts of Star Wars is forever. I love that. Yeah. Special editions. That's what they were. Special editions. Thank you, Gary. Hi, I am Darth Revan. Hail. Ooh, King of Ruckus brings up an excellent point. Blade Runner Final Cut, the best version, is on Netflix for fellow fans of that movie out there. Yes, that's one of the examples where the final cut is actually better than the theatrical release. YouTube. Special edition Jabba is a travesty, worse than Greedo missing from 2 feet away. Yeah, oof. Yeah, he doesn't look good. He does not look good. Hokies, that's awesome. Hokies 95. I have the theatrical release of the original trilogy on VHS. I had a friend rip it, so I have it on my computer. Me too, although I got mine from the Bay of Pirates. Shh. Aw, Macy, thank you so much for your super chat, Macy. Gotta go now. Be well, Jedi Bunny, and keep on being yourself. You're a beautiful person, and give Nova a good rub down for me, please. Thank you, I will. She's very happy. She's very happy that I'm home so much. So I will give her a nice pet for you. Thank you, Macy, and I will eventually post that video. Don't worry. I'll post the video of the Peregrine Falcon. I'm just gonna try to cushion my channel with other normal videos in between, but we'll get there. Hero, great question. Who had the most connection to you? For me, it's definitely Hayden's Anakin. He reminded me so much of myself, something I thought would have been a horrible experience. I loved him as Anakin. I love that. That's awesome. That's really cool that you identify with him. For me, definitely Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is like, yeah, I identify most with Luke Skywalker for sure. There's just something about his character that resonates so much with me. Kind of he definitely had that more introverted quality where he was more to himself. He didn't necessarily believe in himself, but he wanted to be more and do more and be connected to something deeper than himself. And I definitely feel that. Also, Frodo Baggins, very similar. I have spoken. Please highlight my previous smoke show comment. I don't know where that is. But I highlighted this one. Does this count? This can count. This is your honorary previous smoke show comment. Because if I go back in the comments, Lord knows I'll lose everything. Sith Lord saw a decent horror flick the other night. We summoned the darkness. Ooh, I love good horror. I love good horror. Okay, hang on. Let me write this down. And I always, when I write stuff down, I always attribute it to whoever recommended it. So, Sith Lord recommends we summon the darkness. Yes, thank you. I am always looking for good horror films. Thank you. Oh my gosh, the chat keeps jumping because I'm being too slow a reader. Hang on, I'll find it. Will Gentry, I sailed the high seas for my unaltered version too. Nice. Aw, Sanctuary of Geeks. You don't know how much light you brought back into my life this evening. Thank you so much. Please do more. I say 24-hour live stream. Oh my gosh, I would die. I think I would die if I did that. But thank you. That's beautiful of you to say. And I'm glad. I'm glad that you feel that way. It is good. It is really good to connect with you guys. It always is. And I love seeing you guys connect with each other. Yeah, these are strange times indeed. Sith Lord. Greedo is smoking some Endor Kush prior why he missed. I like to think that Sith Lord, something tells me you would like it if I did a 420 stream of consciousness stream. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. I am Darth Revan asks, what's normal? Well, Darth Revan, normal is boring. Gen X, excellent question. I don't want to be a downer, but does this current situation make the existential dread worse for you? Oh, and Hale. Ironically, no. This is weird. It's a strange phenomenon that I've noticed.
And I've spoken about anxiety, existential anxiety in particular, and once in a while existential dread coming up. For some reason, with all of this that's happening in the world, I feel almost more settled and calm. All of the things that I think were constantly, being flagged in my mind, kind of the feelings and the anxieties and the internal struggles that I was having feel very compartmentalized now because of what's going on. And I feel almost as though I've been able to kind of shift and prioritize the things that I'm worried about and come to terms with a lot of things. And it also just so happens that I was just starting to get into Stoicism when all of this started unfolding. And I'm very grateful for that, because this is truly, it's given me an outlet to kind of reframe the way that I think of things and process things. So I think that definitely helps strengthen my mental outlook. So yeah, ironically, I do not feel more existential dread. If anything, I actually think I feel a little bit less right now. I'm still, coming to terms with a lot of thoughts and wondering about a lot of different things that my mind goes off on tangents about, the quandaries of existence and all of that great stuff. But I found this time really helpful in I've been looking into new things, researching new stuff, doing a lot more reading, doing a lot more processing and compartmentalizing of different things and reprioritizing things in my life. So yeah, in a weird way, I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Attack Pig. Great question, by the way, Gen X. Thank you. Attack Pig. Hi, Attack Pig. Yes, you made it to a stream. Welcome. It's always great having you here. Hang on, I just need to check. Okay, good. I could have sworn I saw a bunch of text messages come in, but my phone's on silent. My phone's always on silent. Mateus, did you miss anything? Oh man, I haven't seen you here in a while. No, you didn't miss too much. Doing some Star Wars talk, doing some, other talk. The dude 1764 agree 100% on original trilogy, like stories in the prequels. Yes, I like the stories too. Even if the script acting was meh. I binge watch old but bad. Oh my gosh, why can't I read today? I cannot read today. Brain. Hang on. Work. Okay. I binge watch bad sci-fi movies all the time, so the prequels weren't totally bad. That's funny. That's funny. Maybe that's what I need to do. I just need to watch awful things so that not so awful things look worlds better by contrast. Hang on. Oh my gosh, the chat keeps jumping. I'm so bad at this. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Demon's Guide Synthwave. Demon's Guide Synthwave. I'm so sorry. I know I'm always pronouncing that wrong. Have I seen The Ritual on Netflix? Probably one of the best horrors I've seen in quite a while. Recommended to everyone over 18. The Ritual. That sounds so familiar. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. The Ritual. I think I've seen it. Yes. That was a cool movie. Yep. Yes, I saw that. I did enjoy The Ritual. That was a cool one. I'm not going to give anything away, but y'all should check that one out. I did like it. Very well done. Oh my gosh, The Wanderer. Yes, Tears in the Rain is such a beautiful monologue. And I loved Rutger, I guess, the actor. Oh God, I love Blade Runner, and Tears in the Rain is such a beautiful, beautiful monologue. It's that scene, amazing. None your business. I agree. It's definitely more fun to drive now. Yeah, the roads are way more open roads. It's beautiful. There is like absolutely no smog where I am now. The skies have never been clearer. I went for a hike in the mountains last weekend. I went to the Sierras, and the air was so pristine. It's always really clean up there, but it was like mega clean. It was like the most crisp, beautiful air. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It's beautiful. I know I'm not supposed to go on hikes. Shh, you guys didn't hear, but I snuck out. I snuck out for a hike. I couldn't not do it. Mateus, I agree. You got the call at the right time. Discovering Stoicism prior to the outbreak was a nice move. Yeah. It wasn't intentional. It just kind of cosmically coincided with the timing of everything else going on. Yes, Tom King, Marcus Aurelius is probably the best Stoic. He was great, and he learned from some wonderful ones too. One of my favorite quotes, and it's in Gladiator, but it was by Marcus Aurelius, and it's, "What we do in life echoes in eternity." I love that quote, and I think it's so beautiful. Gary N. Thank you for the super chat. What do you call a belt made out of watches? A waste of time. That's cute. Oh, I like that one. That would be interesting to have a belt made of watches. Thank you for your super chat, Gary, and thank you for your joke. That's very cute. I have spoken. You shouldn't worry. There's very little you can control. Yes, you control yourself, but more importantly, it's how you react. Yes, absolutely true. Beautifully said. Oh my gosh, hang on. A superhero kind of guy. It's Batman. I'm still going to call you Batman, even though, okay, no, I'll respect your new name. I'll respect your new name, but I just noticed today that you changed it. Hey, Jedi, glad you like my new and permanent name. Is this the one? Okay, if this is the name, I got to respect it. A superhero kind of guy. I like it. I like it. It's good. It works out. Thank you for your super chat. I hope you're doing well over in Wales. Yeah, Tom King. We're not getting all the pollution from China anymore. Yeah, and I live sort of close to a few different plants as well, so I don't have a third eye yet that's visible. But yeah, there was typically quite a bit of smog in my area. So yeah, we're not getting all that extra stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Attack Pig. You have a Camaro. What year Camaro do you have? That's got to be fun. Loving the roads. Nothing to stop me in my Camaro. Oh, that's cool. Hero 360. One of the reasons I like Anakin so much is that he never quite fit in anywhere. I'm African American with Afro parents, so it's already hard. Plus, I'm the only conservative in my family. Wow. Well, that's really interesting insight, Hero. And I know you've spoken previously about getting along with your family, and I'm sure that having such a different, belief system or political stance probably has a lot to do with that, especially if you feel differently about the world and the goings on and political themes. That can be really frustrating, especially if others feel just as strongly as we do about things. But I love that insight that you just gave us. Thank you for sharing that. And it is hard to feel like we never quite fit in, and that's something that I'm kind of getting a grasp on. I think as I get older, I'm starting to realize it's never so much about fitting in. It's about being authentically yourself. And that sounds really gushy and emotional and sensitive and wooey to some people, But I do think if you can live authentically to who you are and try to minimize the amount that you're hurting others, obviously, because you'll be happier if you're not hurting others, typically. I think if you can be authentic to who you are and really find the course in your life that is going to bring you the most satisfaction and joy, and not basing that off of how others perceive you, I'm finding that that seems to be the best way to look at things. Because when I was younger, I was so worried about fitting in. I was so worried about being perceived a certain way. I still have those hangups, and I definitely still let my ego get in the way sometimes. A lot of the time, anytime I feel something where I feel out of control, whether that's anger or fear or even just like great sadness, it's typically because I'm letting my ego get in the way and dictate how I feel about someone or something or a particular course of action. So, and I think that was probably one of Anakin's greatest struggles, not necessarily his ego, but his sense that he had so much built up in him, so much resentment, so much fear, so much hate, all the things that lead to the dark side, obviously. And there's a lot that's true about how we actually really function in reality within that. So, yeah, really good insight, Hero. Thank you for sharing that. Aw, Attack Pig, I'm so happy you have a stream right now. I've been sitting here anxiously waiting for the PlanetSide 2 update to go live. This will take my mind off it for a bit. Well, we're happy to keep you distracted for a while. The Wanderer, Stoicism is the best way to live. Really glad to hear you've started to get a handle on your anxieties, Kelly, and I hope your Stoic journey continues well for you. Thank you, The Wanderer. Yes, I am slowly but surely learning. Not even slowly anymore, because that's the wonderful thing about Stoicism is it does seem it's different than other methodologies and philosophies, and that as soon as you start to get even the most basic grasp of the themes that they're discussing, you realize just how logical and applicable it is. And yeah, I showed you guys this book earlier. This is the one that I'm reading right now. And there are just so many great, maybe one day I'll do a stream where I actually look more into books, because there are some really, really good ones out there that I've been reading. And I go back and forth between my books, but like this one, let me see, I underline things when I like a passage or words in a book. So maybe I'll share something with you. Here's a really easy one. The Stoics realized that a life plagued with negative emotions, including anger, anxiety, fear, grief, and envy, will not be a good life. They therefore became acute observers of the workings of the human mind, and as a result became some of the most insightful psychologists of the ancient world. Yeah, so that's like, that really pulls me in personally, because obviously I'm fascinated by the inner workings of the human mind, and of course by extension, or maybe as a preliminary course, understanding the way my own mind works, understanding why I do the things I do, think the things I think. I find that really interesting. But then of course I think when someone does that heavy an amount of thinking and pondering and ruminating, you're going to have associated negative emotions like anger, anxiety, fear, grief, and envy. And for me, I think big ones in there were anxiety and fear and grief. Sometimes grieving isn't necessarily associated with the loss of a loved one. Sometimes grief can be for our own childhood or our own past experiences. So there's a lot to unpack with Stoicism, but it's also so, like, I just find it such a natural course for me to look into, and it's helped me a lot already. And I've only been looking into it I started looking into it a couple of years ago, but not with a real serious
seriousness, and now I'm finally actually taking the time to wrap my head around it, and it's just it just makes sense to me. It's wonderful. And another thing that I like is that it's not about avoiding pain or not or avoiding emotion altogether. It's about really having a strong grasp on your own self and your reactions and your reactive quality to things. None your business. Good one. Remind them Lincoln was a Republican. Gary N. Yes, I did. I did know that David Lynch directed Dune. Yeah, I did know that he directed that one. I haven't seen it. I have not heard good things about it. But yeah, and actually at one point, George Lucas approached David Lynch and asked him if he would direct Return of the Jedi, which would have been interesting, to say the very least. Oh, Gilf Walker, thank you for your super chat. Late and they goofing alive dies on stream. Thank you, Gilf Walker, for your super chat. Thank you for being here. Oh, that's great, Fandom Menace. I started reading Batman comics. I have the time, so I figure why not? And I've been taking walks every day or almost every day, and I'm losing weight. Oh my gosh, maybe we could start a little group project. So I know, Gary, and you told me that you're going on nature walks every day. Fandom Menace is going on walks almost every day. Let's all see if we can. I'm such a school teacher. I'm sorry. I'm going into school teacher mode. But let's all see if we can go on walks every day. It's a simple, easy thing, weather permitting, that we can do. And it's not just for your physical health either. It helps really break up a lot of mental blockages to get us out. It's a natural thing to do that gets us back in touch with our bodies, back in touch with the environment, hopefully back in touch with a little bit of nature. And I've been trying to go on a walk at least every day. If the weather permits, I go every day. And it's like any clouds that I have in my mind start to slowly break apart. You just feel better mentally as well as physically. It feels really good. Everything loosens up a little bit, you get warm, your muscles move the way that they need to, that they're supposed to, and your mind just starts to feel a little bit more clarity. So I truly believe that walking is like one of the best medicines out there if you can't do anything else. So thank you for sharing, Fandom Menace. I'm glad you're doing well. Geekamus Prime, I love this. I sometimes like to think I'm not different, but that I have a prototype for something new. That's really cute. I like that. That's a good outlook. I swear, you guys, my brain is in another universe right now. My brain has been sliced into segments, and some of it is just in an interdimensional reality. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind on the chat. Hang on. Gary, and I want to get more into Stoicism. I'm not quite sure where to start. This is a great book, Gary. A Guide to the Good Life, The Ancient Art of Stoic Joy by William B. Irvine. It's very well written. It's not too dense. The ideas and the concepts are clearly written out. It's really absorbable. I really enjoy the way he writes. It's just, I don't know, it's just really nicely done. Another one that I've heard great things about, and actually John Talks recommends this guy, is Ryan Holiday. And he's written a few different ones. But I think one of the more recent ones is called Stillness is Key, or Stillness is the Key. One is called The Obstacle is the Way, and one is called The Ego is the Enemy, all of which are supposed to be excellent. but he delves a lot into Stoicism and makes it very applicable because it's a more modern take, because obviously we're not living in ancient Greece and ancient Rome anymore, and reading, you know, the journals of a few thousand-year-old person is not always applicable to today's standards. So yeah, but I really recommend this one, and I'll send you this later too, Gary, the name and everything. Geekimus Prime, Stoicism sounds like the Vulcan belief in Star Trek. Yeah, I think that's what they were going for when they constructed the Vulcan outlook and mentality. Although I'd have to say that Stoicism has like a lot of, I think it has some misconceptions around it by people. Like I certainly used to think when I was younger, I used to think stoic, someone who was stoic meant that they had an absence of emotions, of like almost like an absence of joy or excitement, as well as an absence of fear and anger and all that kind of stuff. I thought they were just very almost blank, but really what it is about cultivating your own intrinsic sense of joy and kind of appreciating everything that you have, and not dwelling on that which you don't or that which you can't change, all that kind of stuff. But it's a lot deeper than that. I'm not going to do a great job of explaining it, but yeah, it's very Vulcan-esque in that way. Ooh, Slipknot fan. Any Stoicism movies? I'm not sure if it would be considered a Stoic movie, but I do think A Shawshank Redemption is probably a really good example of Stoicism. Actually, there's a great video essay. Hang on. There's an excellent video essay, and I think it actually has to do with Stoicism and The Shawshank Redemption. Yes. So there's a channel called The Stories of Old on YouTube, and he has a video, 10 minutes long, very well done. I have this in my playlist as well. If you just want to check out my public playlist, I have a playlist that I think is called, like, I forgot what it's called. Anyway, I'll just show you this video. It's called Stoicism in the Shawshank Redemption. And it's by the channel, Like Stories of Old. It's really well done. If you just type in Stoicism and Shawshank, it's the first one that comes up. But yeah, that one's very Stoicism. Also Gladiator, I would say, is a good Stoic film. I think Maximus would be considered Stoic in his handling of things. But I truly, now that I have all of us here together, I truly think if any of you are looking for a way to kind of qualm some of those anxieties or fears or anger or anything that you feel like is detracting from your overall enjoyment of life, I do think, because I've been looking into this stuff since I was a kid practically. I've been looking for ways to understand my mind better, myself better. And nothing ever, I mean, obviously you pick up things and you're able to kind of digest and process things in a way that are applicable to you, and you're able to implement change based on those things. But this is the first philosophy I've found that I feel as though it's really giving me a sense of control over myself, which is, I think, the best outcome. I looked into existentialism a little bit right before this, and I do really enjoy existentialism, but this Stoicism feels more practical. Stoicism feels more applicable in a lot of ways, and it's something where you can create a change, I think, in a very short period of time, whereas with a lot of things you have to be very practiced, very ongoing, and a lot of it can be very consuming. But with Stoicism, it's very practical and applicable and easily digestible when you find the right sources. Tim Clancy asks, when will the kitty wander back into the camera's view? She's like right at my feet right now, actually. Hi, Nova. Hi. She's just hanging out. Hi. Nova. You want to say hi? Nova. Nova. You want to say hello? Come here. Look. Look. Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. Hello. I missed all of you so much. How are you doing? Hello, Tim Council. Hello, Stream. Hi. Can I see her tail? Hang on. Look at her tail. I gave her tail a haircut, a fur cut, because last week she got her tail in a little bit of candle wax. And I didn't want her to lick the candle wax off of her tail, so I had to trim it out very carefully. So her tail looks ridiculous now. Okay. Everybody loves Nova. Yeah. Hi, Jeffrey Turner, aka Mega Jetty One. Welcome to the stream. Aw, I am Darth Brevin. Nova is such an adorable kitty. Hi, Nova. She looks like my cat, Sif. Ah. Is Sif a tortoise shell? Because a lot of times tortoise shells look very similar. Their markings almost have like this geometric pattern. And depending on what side of their face they fall on, they go like, they switch back and forth. It's very interesting. Oh my gosh, Bodhi Nemo. I love the Tree of Life. For a while, I think right out of college, Terrence Malick was one of my favorite directors, and I loved The Tree of Life. For a while, that was my favorite film. Bodhi Nemo says, The Tree of Life is one of the last best movies from the previous decade that is a slow burn, meticulously crafted film on existentialism. Well said, and I agree. Oh, Mateus, there's a kitten in your neighborhood who looks like her. That's so cute. Ooh, Attack Pig. Great. I'm assuming you and Hero were talking. Sorry to eavesdrop. I've been dropping some eaves on your conversation. That's actually quite common. I'm 30 and I have one best friend. Over time, people who I thought were my friends slowly faded away. One good friend is better than 20 fake friends. And I could not agree more with this statement, Attack Pig. I could not agree more. I think it's so healthy to have some close connections in life. But don't play yourself and think that the more friends you have, the more popular you are, that the happier you will be. Because I truly, 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 truly believe that having one or a few really deep connections where you know that you can truly be yourself with that person, or they challenge you to be a better person, that is so much more valuable than having tons of friends who either don't really know you, don't really care to know you, or don't challenge you, or maybe bring you down even. That's one thing that I think is so important, is to realize the people who uplift us or challenge us to be better in life, and those who might be a little bit more of a negative or detracting influence from our overall quality of life. So always quality over quantity when it comes to friends. Ah, John Talks is here. Hi, John. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the super chat, John. John says, hey, Kelly, just wanted to stop by and say hello. Tree of Life is great, by the way. Yay. We found another Tree of Life fan. I love it. Thank you, John, for stopping by and for the super chat. Yes, I love finding people that love Tree of Life, because when that came out, I remember when I was walking out of the theater, I was so moved. And there was this older couple walking out close to me, close enough that I could hear what they were saying. And they were older. I want to say they were probably in their mid to late 50s, and I was in my early 20s. And the woman was like, "Ugh, what was that?" Like, she clearly didn't like it. And the husband, bless him, was just like, "That was art." And I was like, yes, yes, sir, that was art. It was beautiful. I love Tree of Life. And I remember seeing a picture that someone had posted, and it said, anyone going, it was from a theater, anyone going to see Tree of Life, we will not be issuing refunds if you don't enjoy it. It was a really polarizing film, because up until that point, no one had really, no one in Hollywood was really doing films that were so kind of not ethereally, like almost like ambient like such an ambient structure as Terrence Malick. So it's become a little bit more common now, but the way that he didn't really have a linear narrative, it kind of just played, and that was what echoed the sense of existentialism, was life doesn't always feel linear. Sometimes we jump back and forth in our memories and our mind and history, and oh God, I have chills just thinking about it. So very cool, John Talks, that you like it too. Hi, Statistical Zero. Oh, thank you, Statistical Zero. That's so sweet. I got an email from YouTube this morning asking me if I wanted to do a YouTube membership, and I don't really know what that means. So I figured I should tell you guys that and ask you if you guys know what that means and if I should do it. Aw, the good Tom King. It was nice catching a classic Kelly stream later. Thanks, Tom King, for your super chat. And thank you for being in the stream. It was nice having you here. I agree, John. I agree. It truly is a piece of art. Yeah, man, it was special. Terrence Malick he's a really interesting director. There's another film I really like by him, but it's not Tree of Life. Oh, it was a good one. I'm gonna have to look into it. He's done a few really good ones. Now I'd have to say my favorite director is David Lynch, though. Oh, none your business. You can have people join the channel for a monthly fee and they get perks. Oh, I'll look into it. Maybe if you guys are interested in it. Oh, I think that meant if you want to offer memberships to your channel. Interesting. Well, let me know if you guys would want that, and I'll look into it. Ooh, A Thin Red Line. No, that's not the one I was thinking of. It's another one. Hang on. You know what? Let me just look up his filmography real quick. I'll remember the name. Oh, that didn't come up the way I wanted it to. Oh, because I spelled it Malichi. Sure, it's Malick. Thanks, autocorrect. Days of Heaven. I think it was Days of Heaven. I really enjoyed Days of Heaven. Yeah, I went through a rabbit hole, a Jedi rabbit hole of looking at Terrence Malick films when I first found him. After I saw Tree of Life, I just went down. I think it was Days of Heaven from 1978. Yeah, that was beautifully done as well. Yes. See, John Talk said it. The Badlands or Days of Heaven. It was Days of Heaven. Badlands I couldn't finish because it freaked me out so much. It just felt so real. It was getting me a little too much. Wise Guys Entertainment. Terrence Malick related to Darth Malick. I do not believe that there is a relation there. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, if Terrence Malick was going to be on his side, I'd say he'd be on the light side of the Force. Maybe gray, if that actually is a thing. Welcome back, Will Gentry. Hail, Stephen Yarnell. Mateus, I have not seen The Fountain yet. I know a lot of people love that movie. I have not seen it. I've always been torn about whether I want to see it or not. The dude just said it too. The Fountain, excellent movie. Maybe I'll check it out, guys. I don't know. X-Paladoc, hail. Hail, X-Paladoc. Welcome to the stream. We're talking movies now. Let's see. Elijah, I'm back. How are things? Writers gotta write. You keep writing, Elijah. You keep writing. Ooh. Oh, Kubrick. Yeah, Kubrick. Okay, so for me, if I had to pick two, I don't think I could choose between Stanley Kubrick and David Lynch. I'd have to say those are my favorites. Kubrick, oh my gosh. Mm. Oh, Mr. Pete. Hi, Mr. Pete. Mr. Pete's channel is 75% away to the big time. Hi, Mr. Pete. How are you doing, Mr. Pete? I haven't seen you post any videos in a while. Hero, that does sound very cool. Hero says, I've been thinking of writing a character that's a mix between me and what my anger leads to, kind of like Anakin. Sounds cool, right? Right? Yes, I do think that sounds cool. I think if you ever have an inclination or a drive to write, you should always write. That goes for all of you in the chat. I think writing can be such a cathartic, mindful practice and a way of processing things that sometimes we think that just because we're thinking about things or talking about things, that we're processing them in a really full sense. But oftentimes I think writing allows us to really shift into a different way of processing that we don't typically have if we're not writers. So I really, really recommend writing. That sounds awesome, Hero 360. I say totally 100% go for it. And I know Elijah's a writer as well, which makes me very happy to know. Ah, yeah, 2001 or Clockwork Orange. For me, The Shining, I love, and 2001, Space Odyssey, for sure. Oh my gosh, Gary. Oh my gosh, Gary. Oh, thank you so much for your super chat, Gary. Hang on. Oh my gosh, this is gonna make me cry. Hang on. It's been 2 years this month since you posted your first video. Seeing your confidence grow, seeing your confidence grow and the success you have achieved over that time has been so beautiful and heartwarming for me. You are a wonderful friend and a treasure to this community. I don't want to cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Gary, oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Gary, thank you so much. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, hang on. I need to take a photo of this with my phone because I need to remember this. When times get hard, I need to remember these words. Hang on. Smile, everybody. I'm taking a photo of you. Oh my gosh, Gary, that is so beautiful. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know it was 2 years. That's so weird. It's so weird. I feel like the first video I made, I felt like a child. I felt like a little kid. I feel like I've learned a lot about myself and about the world and about reality. But the more you know, the less you know. So I'm there. Wow, Gary, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Everybody's thanking Gary. Thank you guys for thanking Gary. Gary, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much for telling me that because I did not even realize that it was 2 months. And oh, oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Oh, thank you. Wow. Superhero kind of guy. Yes, Gary and welcome to the 100 Club. Mr. Pete, wow, $100. That's a lot. I'm rich. No. Thank you, seriously, Gary. Thank you so much. You're so awesome. Slipknot fan. I cannot speak any other languages other than English, or if I pretend to make up a language, which I like to do sometimes. I can speak a few words in other languages, but I'm not really conversational in other languages. I can understand Spanish pretty well when it's spoken, but I can't speak it conversationally very well unless I talk really, really slowly, a little bit. I know a little bit of Lithuanian, a few things in Thai. That's about it. Sith Lord, and drawing, painting also. Yes, drawing and painting, if you have any inclination to create art. Basically, my philosophy is if you ever have any inclination to create something, to write something, to process something in a way that's different or maybe has a creative outlet for you, always, always do it, because it is such a healthy way to kind of etch ourselves out in the world and also process things that we might not always process fully otherwise. Attack pig. I love that. It's always important to be respectful and control one's temper, but in a true friendship, you can usually work through your issues together. That's true. Especially if both parties are of, healthy and sound mental health. Typically, we can have conversations that lead to some form of constructive outcomes. Oh, that's cool, Bodhi Nemo. You've written 5 children's books. Ooh, that's awesome. I love children's books. Which ones? Maybe I would know them. I've read a lot of children's books to a lot of children. Hi, Nova. Hi. Hello. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I know I'm missing some of the stream. The realist chef, I'm back, couldn't sleep. Oh no. Well, welcome back. I'll try to speak quietly and in a soothing tone to help you fall to sleep. Mr. Pete, oh, thank you, Mr. Pete. Thank you so much for your super chat. It's tough. Haven't seen my family in weeks. I'm having issues. I'm going to bed soon. It's great to see you again, friend. Take care all and stay safe. Oh, Mr. Pete, I'm sorry you're going through a rough time. Ah, man, yeah, these times are strange and it's hard, especially if you're not able to see your family. I hope you work things out, Mr. Pete. I hope you feel better. I hope you work through whatever it is that you're feeling. And never underestimate the power of phone calls, check-ins, little texts, video calls if you can manage it with your family. I know I don't text a lot. I'm not a huge texter, but one person I text every day is my mom. I text her every single day. I text her in the morning and I text her at night before I go to sleep. She's the first and the last person I text every day if I can help it. And I live on the other side of the country from her. And obviously with everything that's been going on, I've been very worried about her and my dad and my grandmother. I also talked to my grandmother a few times last week, which was really, really nice because she lives alone. And as much as it sucks that we can't be with those people right now and the uncertainty of the reality of what's going on, I think it is really great that we have the technology at this time where we can keep in communication with people in real time when we need to and when we want to. And that's one thing that, I mean, if this had happened a few hundred years ago, we'd be having to send, ravens and carrier pigeons and wait sometimes weeks at a time, depending how far we were away from people to get a message back. So I think in the grand scheme of things, the time that this is happening in and the ability that we have to keep in contact does feel like one good thing that we have. So, but yeah, that's not to invalidate anything that you're feeling, Mr. Pete, because I know it's rough, especially if you're close to your family and you miss them. It's rough. And uncertain times bring out uncertain qualities in people. And sometimes some of the things that we might think about or fear or worry about on a regular basis might get shifted into a new, stronger setting when things like this happen. So I understand. I hope you feel better, Mr. Pete. Take care of yourself. Oh. Yeah, and you guys, if you haven't yet, go check out Mr. Pete's channel. It's here. And I know I don't know why, but we can't click on people's names in the chat anymore to go to their channel, but it's Mr. Pete's channel is 75% away to the big time. And he uploads lots of really fun, short, easy to watch, fun, cute, little pieces. You travel a lot across the country and show really different cool things. Some animals, wildlife, nature in there. It's a nice channel. Always makes me smile. I always leave the videos smiling when I watch. Geekamus Prime. I think my lack of friendship is likely the reason I have never had a girlfriend. Making friends is like level 1 in a video game, and getting a girlfriend is like level 2 in a video game. That's really interesting. That's a really interesting outlook. There's definitely something to that. And I think, you know, especially at a younger age, making friends is a really, really good learning tool to learn about ourselves, the world around us, how to have a healthy disagreement, how to, you know, how to work together, how to look in the same direction together, even if we don't necessarily share the same background. So yeah, that's really interesting. Well, it can be hard to make friends, especially this day and age where so much feels like it's happening digitally. And you know, used to be like, if you had another kid in your neighborhood, chances were you'd end up being friends with them because of the proximity. But now people can almost afford to be pickier than ever, and not necessarily in a positive, healthy sense. So, but hey, now's the time to kind of branch out a little bit and, I don't know, go to different YouTube channels and live streams and talk to people in the chat, because Geekamus, it seems like you probably have a lot in common with other people here. It seems like a lot of the people that we talk with on these streams, we all have something in common. And a lot of that is either Star Wars or anxiety. So, you know, you'll find it. You'll find it as you go along. Keep your head up. Don't get down on yourself, because getting down on ourselves is literally the first and easiest way to just not succeed at whatever we're worried about succeeding at. So try not to get too down on yourself. Try to look forward and just find people that you have stuff in common with. You don't have to be best friends with them, but just, you know, work on finding those commonalities and talking about things. Yeah. I had a hard time making friends as a kid too. I always felt like such a weirdo. So I always gravitated towards other weirdos, but they were awesome people. And I'm so grateful for all the friends that I've had, even those that I'm not in contact with anymore, that I lost touch with over the years. I feel like they all had such an impact on shaping who I am. But yeah, I always struggled with making friends too. It's not easy. It can feel very weird, especially, you know, in this day and age. It's just a strange, it's an interesting time to be a human, because a lot of the problems that we're facing now are problems that previous generations didn't necessarily face in the same ways. They might have faced them just in different ways. And socializing is so different now than it ever used to be. Bo, Nova has returned to her perch. All hail Nova. Oh dear, I'm behind on the chat again, aren't I? Mr. Burns, Bodhi Nemo, Mr. Burns is laughing and saying, "Excellent, and release the hounds on the disenfranchised." I can't do a Mr. Burns accent. I thought I might, but I can't. Hi, Snobby Acorn. Yes, I'm okay. How are you doing? Fandom Menace. Someone send a super chat on my BF. That's so funny. Fandom Menace. I know about Detective Comics, and I'm starting up there. I also watched, among other things, Daniel Boone from the 60s. The first season is black and white. Wow, that's cool. That's funny. That's so true, Will Gentry. Great point. When you look at it objectively, this is the best time in history for this to have happened. Just think how much more isolated everyone would be feeling if this happened 20 or 25 years ago. Yes, and even the medical science, the pharmaceutical
industry. I mean, it's, yeah. Hey, King of Ruckus. Yes, I saw Fandom Menace. I read his post. Hokies, bye. I have to go. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks, Hokies95. Thank you for being here. Snobby Acorn. Thank you for the ramen, Snobby Acorn. And you know I love a good bowl of ramen. Hang on. Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat, guys. Hang on. I'm reading. A-T-T. Wow, I'm so far behind. Hang on. Ooh. Gen X. At this late hour of humanity, we are impotent against our fate. The only power left is to tell the story of our decline. College Humor 2016. I needed to give it that accent just because it felt so weighty and gravitas. None of your business. Well said. Quarantine pro, get to spend 24/7 with family. Con, get to spend 24/7 with family. Yeah, I know that's rough on a lot of people. Quality over quantity, indeed, Sith Lord. I agree. Always quality over quantity. With everything. Everything in life. Everything in life. Keck 44. Oh my gosh, how long has it been? Oh my gosh, almost 3 hours. Wow. And I'm not even that tired. Yay. Indoctrinated turtle. I like this. I like the dichotomy of this statement. We could be on the cusp of a global fascist regime or a new way to love and live together. I hope it is the latter. I hope it is the latter. Hero 360. Is it really possible to make friends? It always seemed unreachable for me. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I consider you guys friends. A lot of you guys I consider friends. And I think a lot of you guys probably consider each other friends at this point. So there you have it. Just because we haven't met in person doesn't mean that we're not friends. Just because you guys, just because you guys haven't met each other in person doesn't mean that you guys aren't friends. Yeah, yeah. Yes, it's very possible to make friends. I think it's just about how we view it. And, I understand where confidence isn't always obtainable for everybody. It's not like you can just jump from feeling insecure to confident. It doesn't work like that because typically the reasons we feel insecure are so deeply embedded with how we actually feel about ourselves in the world and probably significant to how we felt growing up for a long time. So you can't just, watch a few YouTube tutorials on how to be confident and suddenly be confident. But you can build up over time ways to find what brings you a true connection to yourself, living more authentically to who you are, understanding who you are, understanding what it is about yourself that you love, that you want to embrace, that you find to be a positive attribute, and in enhancing that and engaging that more and more, and also noticing the things that you feel might hold you back in certain ways, whether that's anger, judgment, fear, anxiety, all of those things. And it is, unfortunately, we don't just, join the planet on expert level or being able to play expert level. some of us go right into it, right into expert level without knowing, how to actually play the game. And we were there for the challenge. And some of us maybe want to start on a little bit lower level and work out the kinks and figure out how to be our best selves a little bit at a time. But however you play the game, you don't just go into it having all the tricks, having all the techniques down, having all the supplies, having all the health and the ammo. These are things that I think over time we need to learn to collect and figure out for ourselves. And sometimes making friends is like that. And I guarantee you, those people out there that have like a million friends and they're always talking to people all the time, I guarantee you they have their own set of anxieties and fears and negative thoughts and behaviors that get them down. And sometimes the people with the most friends also don't have the deepest friendships. Like, I have a few very, very close people in my life that I feel truly deeply connected to. And I know that if I was friends with every single person that I ever met, I wouldn't be able to extend the same level of depth and quality to that friendship. So I would so much rather have, a few close, significant people in my life that I truly connect with, than just to be like the most popular person in the room. Because sometimes those, it's a facade. Sometimes those don't go too deep. Now I'm really behind. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let me catch up. Joshua Riddle. Oh my gosh, Joshua Riddle's here. Thank you for the super chat, Joshua Riddle. And it's great seeing you in a super chat. How many cats do you have? Are they feeling the stress of this deal? Like, Mom, why is there so much now? No. I tried to read it in Nova's voice and then realized you saw me doing Nova's voice. But when Nova talks, it's really her. It's not me. Just one cat. Just little Nova right there. Right there sleeping. One cat. I grew up with another cat, but Nova is my only cat. And I think she actually really enjoys having me home all the time. She seems happier than ever, actually. And we're just having lots of time to hang out. I finally let her out on the porch. We have a little porch here, and she's been able to come out. She tries to go under the furniture sometimes, and I have to keep her away from doing that. I have to be very vigilant and make sure that she doesn't escape. But yeah, she's getting some new perks of having mommy home all the time. So it's good. Yeah. Good. You and me both, Bone. I have more friends online than actual real friends, too. And thank you, Joshua Riddle, for the super chat. And if you didn't know, I did see the Joker because you sent me a super chat and said, go see the Joker. So I did. And then I made the review and I thanked you in the review that I made. So I hope you've seen that. Geekimus Prime, that's a good way to think of it. Have your imaginary friend be your wingman. Yep. Hey, whatever it takes, man. Sorry, guys. Still reading. I'm reading your comments. How much longer do I think I will stream? Until I get really hungry. I'm just a little hungry now. And then when I get really hungry, I have to go because then my brain just stops functioning if I need to eat. So maybe like another half hour, maybe sooner. I am getting a little bit hungry. Not another 3 hours, no. The Wanderer. Wait, yes, I agree. Some of the best friends you'll ever meet can be through online, and how you interact may not be the same as in person, but the relationship is there, and that's what matters. That is so true. So true. Yeah, I've met people from this community, like I don't think anybody from this stream tonight, but I've met people from like the fandom, the extended fandom menace community. I've met them in person, and some of them I really do consider friends, like Michael, Justin, Jesse, oh my gosh, there's another guy. It's that K-Stew fan, but I always forget his real name because he has a different, unique name that I've never actually heard before I met him. But I consider those people friends. Like, I haven't hung out with them that many times, but I consider them friends. And I never would have known them if it hadn't been for this community. And I'm so grateful for that. Jeremy, obviously. And I've met them in person, but then so many of you guys, I feel like even if we met in person and I was awkward and you guys were awkward, we'd still have that connection. And the best thing is we all know that we're awkward. We all know who the awkward people are. So it's like, that part's over with. Growing up, I think my biggest fear was just being so awkward and unaware of like how to interact with people. So I'd go into every situation being so insecure about that. And now that I've literally like told you guys how awkward I feel and you guys have accepted that and embraced that and like reassured me, it's almost like, well, that's fine if I'm awkward because that's part of who I am and it's okay. And now I'm kind of grateful for growing up being such an awkward person because I don't think I'd be able to do this and connect with people the way that we do if it weren't for that. Like, I used to go home and I spent a lot of time alone as a kid. And I told you guys this once before, but I used to go home and I had those books, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And I used to set up a tape recorder. I had a tape recorder that I got for a birthday one year, just like a little crappy JVC one. And I used to set it up on my kitchen counter and just read ghost stories and do scary voices and stuff. And that was like way before like YouTube ever existed. But I always wanted that, like being able to connect on a level of sharing something that I loved with others that shared the same thing. Because I couldn't talk to anybody about those books, the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books, because they were so creepy. And like I had a few friends that I think liked them, but I was like, I just had that longing to share something that I loved. And then I ended up doing this and connecting with you guys. So it all works out in one way or another. Slipknot fan, I have not seen The Room by Tommy Wiseau. I've seen lots of scenes from The Room and breakdowns from The Room. One of my favorites being by this channel called Big Joel. And he does video essays, a lot of really good video essays. He's hilarious. And he did one of The Room that's really funny that actually makes it seem like it's like the work of a misunderstood genius. It's a great video essay. Great video essay. I recommend that for 420. Money and business. It takes years to become Clint Eastwood. Yes. Yes, it does. It takes years to go from bad to ugly to good. Thank you, Rascally Rabbit. Hello, Rascally Rabbit. Meow for Nova. Elijah, good night, Elijah. Thanks for being here. Snobby Acorn, you know the Beatles. I love the Beatles. I love the Beatles too. And the Beach Boys. Mateus, oh my gosh, I would love to be a voice actor. That always seems so fun. I would love to be a voice actor. I don't think I can do accents well enough. I mean, maybe I can do voice. I like doing voices more than accents because I always feel like I'm going to do the accents incorrectly. I would love that one day. That would be so fun. If any of you guys have any voice acting necessities, let me know. Let me know. Maybe you could be my agent. Oh, this is so, hang on, where did it go? Travis Oric, I love this, Travis. Relationships are definitely something that take time to achieve, especially the good ones. Almost married twice, and now I'm waiting for Corona to go away so I can start one with a really awesome lady. Well, good on you, Travis. use this time to build maybe even a stronger bond with that person that you might not have even known. I feel like times like this can certainly spur some unfortunate, things between people that maybe didn't realize that proximity was going to bring something out in them. I've heard of lots of that happening, but I think it can also help strengthen a bond and bring people together in certain ways. So that's great. I'm glad that you're looking at it with a positive mindset like that, Travis. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. David Harvey. Oh my gosh, David Harvey. Oh my gosh. I see before Gary and David Harvey, I didn't even know 2 years. Wow, was it really 2 years ago that I made that video? It doesn't feel that long ago, but at the same time, it feels like it was a decade ago. Like I really feel like I was like a little kid when I made that video. And I just feel like I've learned so much about everything since then, especially myself. I look back on that. Oh, I haven't watched it again, but I definitely cringe when I think about it. But I'm grateful for people like you. David Harvey, thank you so much. Let me read this. First of all, thank you so much, David Harvey, for your super chat. You're so sweet. Many thanks for the thoughtful stream. Been listening and taking notes. Wonderful to hear your mother is improving. Praying she continues to do so. Happy 2-year videoversary. Learning, laughing, and living will outlast uncertainty. Good night. God bless. David, thank you so much. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. Getting another photo, guys. Smile, everybody. Smile. That's a beautiful message. Thank you, David. Yeah, I can't believe it's been 2 years. That is so weird. And thank you for noting that my mother's doing better. That really does make me feel like it just lifts such a weight. And I don't want to like hold on to hope necessarily, but it definitely does make me feel good to know that she's in better condition, especially with everything that's going on. Thank you, David. That's awesome. Let's remember this, guys. Learning, laughing, and living will outlast uncertainty. Good night. I love that. Thank you so much, David. Thank you. So sweet. Something Nowhere, man. I also love the Beach Boys. Yes, the Beach Boys are awesome. Bodhi Nemo, I have not watched Gravity Falls. Oh, King of Ruckus. You should check out her earlier videos if you haven't seen them. She's a big Star Wars fan. I don't know if you're talking about me, but yes, I am a big Star Wars fan. Oh, that's awesome, Geekimus Prime. If I was a voice actor, I envision myself playing villains. I can do the Mark Hamill Joker and G1 Megatron. That's awesome. I agree, King of Ruckus. Thank you. Yeah, I can't believe it's been 2 years, guys. Oh my gosh. Lord Arnold, I need someone to record something that I can play at the end of videos demanding people to like and subscribe. Kelly at Jedi Bunny, your voice talents would be perfect. I can't imagine being demanding in my normal voice. But maybe in Nova's voice. If you would want me to do Nova's voice, I could do that. Like, hello everybody, this is Nova speaking, and you really should subscribe to Lord Arnold's channel. Something along those lines. I mean, maybe. Nova rolls her R's if you haven't noticed, by the way. Oh, baby crying. Oh, Joshua Riddle. I make it part of my daily routine to watch something that makes me belly laugh. Oh, that's smart. That's healthy. It's been fantastic for my mental health. Old Chappelle, Robin Williams, or a parody of Chuck Norris sniping people. Thank you, Joshua Riddle, for your super chat. And that is a great, great, great
Oh, that's a great way to think of things. Laughing is so important. I read a statistic recently that typically we have better days when we can laugh for at least 7 minutes. Now, I can't remember where I read it. I can't remember what the source was. I can't remember if it was a study or what it was. I have to look into it, but I can say that that has got to hold some form of truth from a psychological sense. Laughing is so healthy. I've been trying to watch a lot of comedy specials lately, but I don't know, like I'm very picky with comedy. Like I watched Louis C.K.'s new one. I love Louis C.K. I know, I know, I know, but I love his comedy. I love his comedy and his show. Someone asked earlier about a Netflix show I recommend. Watch Louis. It is so good. It's a great show. Just don't think about the stuff. Like don't like stop there. Like no, just don't think about that. Just for the comedy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good comedy special. Like, yeah, Old Chappelle was great. I actually liked his 2 more recent ones. I liked Bill Burr's Paper Tiger. I didn't like Mark Maron's most recent one, but I liked his one before that. Wasn't a huge fan of Segura's most recent one. But yeah, good comedy is great. Good comedy is so important. Watched a great Patrice O'Neill bit the other night. So good. So good. So yeah, thanks, Joshua Riddle. Thank you for reminding us how important laughter is. It really is great. It doesn't have to be a comedy show either. It can be anything that makes you laugh. Mateus, if I was a voice actor, I would only voice Batman. Snobby Acorn, I Get Around from the Beach Boys, my favorite as well. I love I Get Around. And I love God Only Knows, not God Only, I mean, I love God Only Knows, but Don't Worry Baby. That's one of my favorite films. Oh my gosh. Favorite songs ever. Don't Worry Baby by the Beach Boys. So beautiful. Gigamus Prime. I think I should do the Mark Hamill Joker voice to pick up a woman. LOL. It might work. It might get you a cool geeky girl. It might get you a cool geeky girl. Honestly, that's the other thing. Think of how many people in Hollywood are really awkward, strange people. And the only reason that they have had the level of success that they have is because they've probably embraced those traits in themselves. Like some of my favorite people ever in Hollywood are typically like really kind of like the more geeky, awkward ones because they feel genuine to me. They don't have this like fake confidence for the cameras and the talk shows. I like people that don't necessarily like even want to do stuff like that because they feel awkward. I think those are the most endearing people. Yeah. Macy Van Dusen. Macy Van Dusen. Thank you for your super chat. In the world of General MacArthur, I have returned. Beautiful. Oh no, I went so far back in the stream. I'm sorry, guys. Oh gosh, I keep doing this. It's so hard to keep up. Okay, hang on. I missed a super chat. I am Darth Revan. I need to share kitty pics with you. Where is best to do this? Well, Darth Revan, I am not active on social media right now, especially now. I'm typically not active on social media anyway, but especially with what's going on. And I don't have a designated YouTube email yet, and I don't have a designated place yet. So I will keep you posted on that. But if you want, I do have an Instagram and I do have a Facebook, and you can send them. I just can't guarantee when I'll actually see them because I haven't been on. The only time I ever really go on Facebook is if someone is sending me a link to do a stream with them. And I haven't been on Instagram in like months. Actually, I went on accidentally recently because someone sent me a link to something and I didn't realize it was Instagram. But I don't even have those apps on my phone anymore. Oh, I'm bad. I know. But I would love to see your cat. Ooh, Snobby Acorn. Good selection. I love Paul McCartney, The Beatles, Beach Boys, Eminem, 50 Cent, Macklemore, DMX, Kaon, Kaon. Revenge Tokyo. Yep, there's more I want to say, but I'll leave it at that. Nice choices. Joshua Riddle, that's a creepy effing voice, by the way. Hmm. DJ Fox, driving home, behave everyone. Drive safe, DJ Fox. A superhero kind of guy. People say I'm good at voices. I even went to acting slash singing slash dance school for 2 years growing up, costing thousands per year. The company was called Stagecoach. I think I've heard of that. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's funny because I would normally say like, oh, you should do something with it, but it should be, I always think it should be something you enjoy. If it's something you're good at, unless you feel like it's really your true path or calling in life, but if it's something you enjoy, just try to have fun with it. You should do like voices for YouTube videos or something if you want. I mean, I don't want to ever tell anybody what to do, but I always think when people hear about that. Sith Lord, amen. Laughing helps level you out sometimes. Yes. Yeah, that is well put. Very true. Ah, Snobby Acorn. Did you ask me? I saw someone else mention Gravity Falls earlier tonight, and I didn't read the comment because I was in the middle of reading another comment. But I think that makes you the second person to talk about it. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, I actually just saw last weekend. Over the Garden Wall. Someone else has mentioned that too. Sith Lord, what's wrong with Louis? Honestly, and like, I'm sorry if this, like, I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with Louis with what he, did. We're not going to talk about it. But I also think it might have been overblown to an extent. The backlash might have been a little bit crazy because of the, all the other movements going on right now. And I understand, but I don't think I think it's important to have a path of redemption for something like that, for what he did. I still absolutely love his comedy. I think he's incredibly talented. So yeah, I won't talk about it, but yeah. Voting Nemo, Bill Burr is king. Yeah, Bill Burr is, where'd it go? Why can't I show it? Okay, good. Yeah, Bill Burr is awesome. Yeah, Will Gentry, yeah. I agree with that. It's not like he's hard, like, come on. Like, yeah. And I liked that he even addressed it in his most recent special. Louis addressed what happened a little bit. And he wasn't, he wasn't defensive. He wasn't like, he was very stoic about it, I think. I really applaud him. I think he did a good job. Yeah, Wise Guys. Scott Pilgrim was kind of fun. Yeah, I enjoyed Scott Pilgrim. I really liked what they were trying to do. I almost wish it had a clearer, like, video game construct. Like, sometimes it felt a little bit all over the place in terms of what was actually happening in the world of the character, and it felt like it had some loose threads. But I really enjoyed the I wish there were more movies like that were done in that way. And I love the Cornetto trilogy. I know it's not part of that same universe necessarily, but I think it was done by the same director. So I love Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. I love those movies with Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg. Excuse me. Oh, Wanderer, sub to Lord Arnold. Thank you. Maximus Payne. Hey, Maximus. Every voice actor should always aim for the Darth Vader voice. Man, James Earl Jones. What a voice. What an incredible, incredible voice. He was a great voice actor, too. I mean, he put so much, like, it really felt like he was the one speaking. The intonation and the emotion, the anger, the covered up fear in the voice, like so cool. Darth Vader. Luffy is God. Hey, Luffy. Leon Kennedy, 3 hours late. Glad to catch some of the stream live. Hey, Leon. 3 hours late. Joshua. Good take. Redemption is needed, like Mel Gibson. Everyone has said something stupid drunk. Got the crucifixion wrong. Jews didn't kill Jesus. The Romans did. I forgive him. Keep making movies, Mel. Nicely said, Joshua. Yeah, I that's the thing. And it depends. Of course, it always depends on the. Oh my God, my face is glowing. I don't know how to do this because hang on, let me see. Oh, that's better. Is it? No. I can get my face to not glow in the computer screen. When it gets to a certain hour and I lose all my natural light, then I have this artificial computer bright light. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. It of course depends on the offense or whatever the behavior, the action that was taken. But I do believe a path to redemption is important, or else, like, what are we doing? We're humans. We're complex. We have faults. We make bad decisions. We make bad choices. Yeah, it's an important thing to acknowledge. This cancel culture stuff is just, it's gotten way out of hand and just absurd, because we just know it's all going to eventually turn back around on the people doing the canceling. So, Phantom Menace, Team America, World Police made me laugh my ass off. Yeah, that was a good, I remember that. Oh my gosh. I remember seeing that for the first time in college. And it was also the first time I ever tried a certain type of brownie. Yeah, interesting times. Bodhi Nemo. Rick and Morty is golden. I need to watch more Rick and Morty. I haven't watched all of it yet. Gravity Falls is cryptic and deceivingly funny. Okay, you know what? Gotta write this down before I forget. Gravity Falls. But yeah, someone, I forget if it was the last stream or maybe a couple streams ago, somebody had mentioned Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And a few people had, so I gave it a watch. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Oh, Gary and Kelly, it's been a fun stream as always. I have to run, go get some dinner. To get some dinner. I have to get dinner too. Everyone in the chat, stay healthy. Good night. Good night, Gary. Stay healthy. Take care of yourself. Enjoy dinner. I'm hungry too. And Snobby Acorn agrees. Agent Deep Eyes. Hi, Agent Deep Eyes. Good to see you. Yes, Hero 360. Yes, start writing. That would be so good. It would be so good for you, especially with the stuff that you've talked about. I think it would be really, really, really good for you to start writing. Seriously, even if you just write like a small paragraph a day, just start small. Even if it's like the tiniest thing, just start writing. And if you want to write on a computer, write on a computer. If you want to write on your phone, write on your phone. Notebook, typewriter, whatever it takes, just write it. You can always change the format later. But if you have something that you want to process, that you want to say, you want to make something up, create a new character, do it. Just do it. Always. Yes. Macy, thank you for your super chat, Macy. Kelly, go eat. Yes, I am getting hungry. I am getting hungry. Thank you, Macy, for your super chat. I will go eat soon. See, even Joel says, Hero, as a writer myself, do it. Bodhi Nemo, writing is beautiful, but it is a lonely beast of a craft to master. Yes, that I imagine is true. I think it's different when you're writing something for others to consume versus writing something for yourself to ponder, process. Very different. Ooh, Geekamus Prime writes creepy pastas sometimes. That's cool. Okay, guys, I'm going to start wrapping it up. So let me ask you guys, oh, I know I asked you this already, but I didn't see anything. With the whole YouTube membership thing that I apparently have the option to do. Would you guys want me to do that, to look into what that is and do it, or not? Let me know. Only an hour to go, says Macy. Bodhi Nemo, is it okay to recommend my book to Kelly? Yes, recommend your book. Recommend your book. I would love to see it. King of Ruckus. Nah. Joshua Riddle says yes. Lord Arnold says I would join. Okay. Okay. Let's say okay like Larry David. Epic Ward. I want a bunny order t-shirt. Aw. Joel, look into it. I would join soon if you do in the future. Aw, thank you. Aw, you guys, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh. You guys want to be members together. That's so sweet. Oh. Wise guys, I say yes, there will be a demand for it. I wouldn't be able to afford it this time, but plenty of others would. Oh. Well, hopefully I can make it so it's not expensive. I'll just do like whatever the cheapest one is if they have, I mean, hopefully it's not that expensive. But yeah, that's so sweet, you guys. I love having your like votes of confidence. Oh my gosh. Do it. Oh, the dude, 1764. Thank you for your super chat. I'm so glad you streamed tonight. It's been great hanging out with the chat and catching up. I'm also relieved your mom is comfortable and healthy with everything going on. Big hugs to you and Noah, but thank you, the dude. Yeah, that's been the brightest part of everything lately has been knowing that my mom is feeling better. She's not in as much pain. She's able to walk again. That's huge because my mom and dad used to go on walks every single day together, rain or shine, frigid cold or not. They used to hike all the time together, and obviously when everything happened with her, she just her health was just declining so much over the years. She wasn't able to do that. She didn't even have the energy to, and then she was in so much pain, and things have taken a turn where she's feeling better and she's able to at least go on short walks again. She doesn't have the energy for long walks or hikes anymore, but I'll take it. I'm just happy that she's feeling good. That makes me happy, and it means so much that you guys are happy to hear that too. I'm happy to share some good news about that. So yes, thank you. And I hope you're doing well too, the dude. I hope you're doing well too and staying healthy and all recovered from what you went through recently. So yeah, you take care of yourself. Always happy to see you here. Ooh, Joshua Riddle, thank you. John Talks is streaming soon, guys. Well, you guys know I would recommend his stream by far. I mean, not by far. I don't know who else is streaming anyway. Who else is streaming? But John Talks, great stuff. Oh, he's streaming now. Okay, guys. So perfect timing. I'm going to be getting going because I am hungry now officially. Thank you for the super chat, Joshua, first of all. And everybody, make sure you go check out John Talks stream. He's streaming right now. Let's see what he's talking about. Open chat, anything goes, movies, pop culture, Star Wars, Dune, Tiger King, Corona, MCU. Oops, I said the bad word. DCEU. Go check it out. He's talking all that stuff. So go check it out, guys. Tell him I say hello. Stop her. Thanks, guys, so much for being here. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you guys were here. I was nervous. I was nervous to stream again because I always get nervous, especially when I haven't streamed for a couple weeks and it's been a while. So it's always great to see you guys. Thank you. Bone, yes, and it's been great having you. I found this channel a few months ago because of the John Talks channel. Yes, Bone, and I love having you here. I'm glad that you found me. Good night, guys. Thank you, guys. Oh, you guys are the best. Bodhi Nemo. I never saw what book you recommended. Superhero kind of guy. Did Gary N go? I went to grab a protein shake. Well, here is a good night. Good night, Gary. Yeah, Gary N left a little while ago. Superhero kind of guy. He did. Yeah, he's great. Geekimus Prime. Kelly should get Pete from Creepy Little Book on live stream sometime. Ooh, what's that? Creepy Little Book. Oh, and World Class Bullshitters is on too. Whoops, I swore again. Sorry, Joel. Joel just pointed this out. They're great too. Jeff is awesome. I watched Fellowship of the Ring with Jeff and Jesse and Justin and Michael and Jesse's friend, also named Kelly. And that was great. He's a cool, super cool person. As is Jessie. She's awesome. Oh, DJ Fox, thank you for being here. You guys are the best. Keck 44 now for the 45-minute wrap up. Ah, Wise Guys, Creepy Little Book is creepy pasta. Oh no. My shoulders are getting sore. I need to go. When my shoulders get sore, that's the last indicator. What's for dinner? I don't know yet. What time is it? 7:36? Ooh, I gotta eat fast. I try to eat before 8 p.m. King of Ruckus. King of Ruckus. All right, buddy. Just in case you actually do leave soon, glad to see you again and that you're doing well. All the best for you and your family. Thank you, King of Ruckus, and same to you. And thank you so much for letting me know that there is actually a prequel to Train to Busan. It's animated. I'm so excited to see it. Tony Movie, Chappie, D9, Neil Blomkamp, #1 fan. Hey, just wanted to say good night, Kelly. Sorry I wasn't able to make it to all the stream, but maybe next time. That's okay. I'm just happy that you're here. I'm happy that you're back again. I was wondering where you were, and then you explained to me that for some reason you were booted from my channel, which I still to this day am flabbergasted, was even capable. Like, I don't even know how that happened. I'm just happy to have you back. So yes, thank you for being here. Time to put the Post-it note back. You noticed. My Post-it note. Luffy is God by Kelly by all. Things are stable here in Norway. Soon we'll be lifting sanctions. That's great to hear. It will be your tune soon. It will be your tune. Stay safe, all. Yay. Yay. Oh, my shoulders are so tired. Okay. Bone, I just had a sandwich and 5 beers. Not hungry anymore. Oh, yes, yes. Push the button. Push the button. Push to close. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. Yeah, hang on. Nova's going to sing us out. Just a second. Let me think. Nova, are you ready to sing a song? Oh, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats real quick. Just make sure. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hang on. I'm thinking. Okay. I love the colorful clear series and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair. I hear the sound of ocean through words and the wind that whips her perfume through the air. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitation. Good vibrations. Good vibrations. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this stream. We love you so much. And my mommy loves you so much. And I love you so much. And we all love each other. So please take care of yourselves. And take care of your bodies. Take care of your health. Thank you.